Hello and welcome to the Chase and Yoshi show. This is episode number 4. What's up, folks? We're back. My name is Yoshi. We're from newschoolkaidan.com. We usually talk about idols, Japanese idols, that is. But today we're just going to talk about the nerdy shit that I talked to with Chase. What's up, Chase?
Hey, what up, man?
What's
It's been
up,
a
dude?
while.
It's been a while. It's been
Yeah.
about 4 months since we did our last show. So,
Oh
yeah.
god, has it really been that long?
Yes, we did one in March. That was the last one.
Jesus. Okay.
So we would like to make it a little more regular thing, but Chase is very busy right now, so I don't blame him. He's just starting to adjust to his post collegiate life, so we can get into that actually, right? Chase, you want to tell us
Yeah,
about what's been going
sure.
on with your life? It's
Yeah.
crazy, seems like.
Yeah, I've been like hopping in and out of a couple of jobs. I was at one point also for the last about 5 months, I was a music teacher at a private school. I was teaching little preschoolers music and stuff.
I saw the cute little like drawings that they did for you.
Yeah, it was really sweet. I don't know, like kids that age, they get super attached
Yep.
to anybody if they see them enough times. And since I was there basically every day, like all the kids loved me. Like they gave me hugs every day when I left, which was really sweet. It was a really good job. It was a well-paying job. It was just I am terrible with kids. I have an incredibly low like BS bullshit tolerance,
Uh-huh.
and a lot of those kids just really like to push the envelope, you
That's
know.
that's kids for you, though.
I don't know. Maybe I need to have a kid of my own or something, but I just don't have the patience yet where I can tolerate a lot of what kids come up with. Like I can do it for a bit, but when I'm there for like 7 hours every day, just nonstop dealing with kids, it was just
You were there
not
for
ideal.
you were there for an entire day and you had to deal with the kids the entire day.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so the preschoolers were fantastic. It was that's the ones I taught music to, but then I had to do like kind of like after school daycare slash like help them with their
Oh,
homework and
oh. It
stuff,
was
and
like
that was
it's like an all-encompassing thing for you.
yeah. Yeah, it was basically like first half of the day was teaching music, second half was not, and having to take care of the kiddies
Right.
and teach them well, like help them with basic math, stop them from kicking and punching each other, like stop them from running around the room, help keep them like distracted while their parents come pick them up. And
Right.
that was the part that was a bit less optimal for me. Yeah.
You're like, Mr. Chase, what's 6 plus 9? And you're like, 69.
No. Yeah, no,
And
it
they're like,
was
thank you, Mr. Chase.
I don't know. I'd be like trying to teach them like it's like, all right, draw like 10 circles. Julia took away 3 circles. How many circles are left? And like they would not understand no matter how much I tried to explain it. I'm just like I'm not equipped to teach them this kind of stuff. And I
I
was
mean,
just
what is the hot thing with preschoolers these days? I know for most kids it's gonna be like Fortnite,
Oh,
but
it's
what
Fortnite.
it's Fortnite with preschool kids too?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you know,
Jesus Christ.
that's that no, that's the average age of the average Fortnite player is
I mean,
5 or 6 years old,
I guess I
preschool.
triple it or quadruple it and
Yeah, me too. But you know,
triple
it's
it,
based on
quintuple
the
it.
people that get queued up with in squads. I would say that the average age of the average Fortnite player is about 5 or 6 years old. Yeah,
Right.
no, they love My Little Pony. They love Disney movies. They love like they had this show called Ninjago or something. I guess it was
Ninjago.
like yeah, I don't know. I guess it was like the Bionicles of their time kind of thing, or like the Teen Titans or Kim Possible of art of
It's
like
like a
their era.
Lego ninja.
It's just like a really bubbly looking animation
Well,
kind of
I
deal.
I just googled
Yeah.
Ninjago and it's just ninjas that are Legos.
Yeah, it's basically that. Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
great,
Yeah. Yeah,
interesting.
but yeah, enough about the kids. Yeah, so I besides that, I've also been composing a lot of music. I'm actually looking to release an EP soon
I'm
of
excited.
my
I'm
all
really
my own
excited about
original
this.
music.
Yeah.
So look out for that. Yeah, it's taking a lot longer than I thought it would. I thought I'd just be like, yeah, I'll just take a bunch of music that I had before, I'll just slap into an EP and it's done. But it's like when I go back and I listen to a lot of my old work, I'm like, wow, I didn't know shit about like EQing or like mixing and mastering. So I've been trying to educate myself a lot on new technique, and it's taking a toll on me because like I have like a perfectionist mentality, and the more I listen to an old song, I'm like, oh, I could just do this so much better. So I just want to start reworking everything, and then it just turns into this huge thing. It's like a something that I should have just mixed and gotten ready to send out. I'm now like rewriting whole sections and whatnot, so it's taking a bit longer.
I mean, I think that's you progressing as an artist, and
Yeah,
also,
definitely.
that's just what it is.
Yeah,
It's
it's great.
totally
I'm
possible.
learning a lot. I feel great about it. It just sucks because I wanted to get it out at before the end of July, but
Hmm.
it's not gonna happen. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I also have to come up with a name, like a group name for me and my friend, since we make music. That's really hard because like it's your identity. You have to come up with something that embodies you, and we're having a really hard time coming up with something serious along
Um,
those lines.
how about Portable Robertson?
Perfect. All right, we're going with that.
There you go.
That works perfectly. Yeah, I don't know, cause I'm like I produce like really wide variety of music. Like I'm not like an electro house producer. I'm not like a chill house producer. I'm not a trap producer. I do like all three of those plus more. So I
You
had to
also
come up with
do
something.
like movie soundtracks and anime soundtracks
Yeah, and
too.
video
So
game video
yeah,
game music. So it's like
you
I
did
had to come
chip
up with
tune.
something that's
Yeah.
very all encompassing, something that's if I was like DJ hard style, it's like you expect a certain kind of music from that name.
I mean, does any DJ actually evolve to a certain point where they do something completely different from what they usually do? Like,
I
is that a
mean,
thing?
some of them do when they follow the latest trends.
Right.
It's like for example, like Tiesto used to be like the god of trance,
Hmm.
but now he just makes like average sounding mainstream electronic music,
Right.
to put it nicely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean they can change, but it's just like, I want to come up with a name that's very all encompassing, very um what's the word? It's like when you hear it, you don't have a certain expectation. And that's very very hard coming up with your identity. It's like naming yourself, like giving yourself a name if you were like older and you're like say you're like 15 or 16, you have to come up with a good name for yourself to describe yourself after you've already learned who you are, what your identity is, and
Yeah.
what you represent.
Yeah. It's
It's like
difficult.
it's like would you call yourself Anthony if you were 22 and you didn't have a name up until that point? I
Now,
don't
like,
know.
it would
Yeah.
probably be something different.
Yeah, would people be naming themselves Josh or like Chase or like Andrew? I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird conundrum, but and you can only really do it like a few times. Like you can't keep changing names. So
Right.
it's a very hard mental struggle and exercise that we're going through right now. But if you nail it, it's iconic.
But the thing is, I feel like if you put out good stuff, I don't think the name is all that relevant at the end of the day.
It's not. It's just it helps a lot with marketing.
Right. I mean, you want something catchy, of
Yeah.
course, but like if a dude named Dog Poop just released a I don't know, an album and it's just really good, I think I would still listen to it even if it's called Dog Poop, you know?
Yeah. That's very fair. It just like it helps immediately with the identification because it's like when you hear a certain artist, you know exactly, or when you hear their name, you know what you're gonna get, even if it's stupid. Like there's a like one of the guys in Caro Caro Bonito, if you guys know that group.
That's
Uh,
the like anime song. Was it
kind
chip
of.
tuny?
It's like PC music kind of deal. It's like very silly sometimes. Like, but yeah, like one of the dudes in that group, one of the producers, like he has a side project called Kane West. It's
Uh-huh.
basically Kanye West without the Y, just Kane West,
Oh.
and he makes really silly PC music. But
Uh-huh.
like, and like his group name is in like it's in like what is that stupid font called? Comic Sans.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Like that's his branding.
Windows
But
Movie
it's
Maker font. Yeah.
yeah, but you know what you're getting when you see Kane West written in
Right.
Comic Sans. You know, it's like
Right.
you need that sort of instant identifier. So, or if you hear Odessa, which is like a future-based producer, you instantly know what you're getting. So I need to kind of come up with something like that.
Hmm.
I guess we'll see what happens.
It's hard. It's always the toughest part when you're coming up with a project or something like that. The toughest part always has been what do we call this thing? We've been doing, NSK for 7 years now, or at least I have been. And
Hmm.
every time the struggle was not about coming up with ideas, it was more about what do we call this thing? So
Yeah,
I can definitely see that.
yeah, definitely. And it's like it's not something that's incredibly flexible because every time you change your name, you lose some recognition for a bit during
Yeah,
that swap, and then you have to rebrand and everything. So it's you want to make it good the first time
of
if you
course.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why you wouldn't call yourself dog poop.
yeah. Well,
So
maybe I would if my music sounded like that. I don't know.
just dogs farting.
You'd be surprised. I think Kane West probably would do something like that. Not gonna lie, his music's really funny. I mean, there's somebody called DJ Seinfeld, but he makes really good music. So I
Yeah.
guess that's the opposite end of the spectrum. Like he
Yeah.
makes really cool music.
But you're not going to be like MC Kanye West.
Yeah, I'd get sued if I did that.
Yeah. So Seinfeld at least is typically not typically, but a name, like a last name. There are people
Yeah.
out there named Seinfeld that isn't the TV show. So,
Yeah. Except all of his visuals are vaporwave aesthetic Seinfeld episodes. So, you know.
then that's a little murky, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So besides music and stuff, well actually I finished making all the music and sound effects for an animation that just came out. It's called Shark Girls, done by two of my friends, Bo and Lena. You guys should go check that out. The link is on my Twitter. I've been retweeting stuff about it. Um, yeah, they put a lot of work into it. We've been working on this since like February or March. We took
Yeah, I was
like a
about to say like 6
couple months.
months. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like well, they took a long hiatus because they were all working and they also had to graduate and do their senior projects all on
Right.
top of this.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys should go check it out. It's called Shark Girls. It's about sharks that are also girls who happen to be sharks. And if you like panty and stocking kind of humor, if you're into that kind of vulgar, off color jokes and animation and premise, I think you guys will like it a lot. So yeah, please go check it out. I did all the music and stuff. If you guys like Eurobeat, I did some Eurobeat. If you like 8-bit, I did an 8-bit song. I also did like a slice of life comedy anime style song, which would fit in very well in shows like Nichijou and what else? Like I had like certain shows in mind, like
I would say Nichijou is pretty
yeah,
apt.
Nichijou, Lucky Star. If you like the background music that goes on when they're like cracking gags and jokes and stuff, that's kind of basically what I came up with. So yeah, go check it out, guys,
Yeah,
please.
I watched it. The animation is superb, and Chase did an amazing job on it. The first thing that stood out was the soundtrack, and I was like, "Whoa, holy shit, Chase!" I mean, that's because I knew you produce the music, so I was like, I knew you were gonna do a good job. But then I was like, "Holy shit, this is really good!" Like it exceeded my expectations. It's not that I don't have like high expectations for you; it's just that you
No,
exceeded my
I
own
don't have high
expectations.
expectations either.
No, but like I could tell that you put an insane amount of time into it because it sounded like awesome. There was so much depth, layering to the music, and the animation is fantastic. It's top
Thanks a lot.
notch. Yeah, it
Thanks,
is a
man.
short. What is it like? 5 minutes, 7
It's like
minutes,
four minutes,
4 minutes?
about four
Yeah,
minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes,
yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty short.
So anyone can, watch it in 4 minutes. It's
Yeah,
real quick. But
it's basically a student animation. They made it while they were still in school, so it's not like Pixar level quality, but it's people who are probably going to be working on the animations and cartoons you'll probably be watching later along the line. They'll
yeah,
be working at Pixar, Disney, and stuff like that.
like
So these are
I could totally see that show like being some sort of web series or Adult Swim, basically.
I think that's what they want to make it. They want to make it like a series because they have other shark characters that they
Yeah.
came up with, but I think
Look,
they
I'm
were
just
just doing
saying
this
if
one as
if they're
for.
gonna add a male shark character, I'm down. Or a female shark character they want voiced by a dude, I'm down. I'm just saying.
Hit up Bo on Twitter at romcom your mom.
There we go. We got to
Let
plug.
them know.
We got to plug for Bo. So,
Yeah, let them
so
know. Yeah,
everyone tweet at Bo. Say, hey man,
yeah.
you
Or
know
the
what?
or the producer at oveggies_art.
See, I don't want to be the guy that's
Yeah.
like, hey, I want to be in your thing, dude.
Well,
I've
yeah,
I've
but
never
you
voice
already.
acted.
I mean, yeah, but you already have established rapport with Bo, so I think
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look out for that. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. All right. So that was really cool. Well done. Big ups to
Thanks.
you and your crew. It was very enjoyable.
Yeah. Yeah, that took a lot of time. So, on top of that, July was super, super busy. I was basically hopping from convention to music festival to music show to another concert, like all the way across this month.
You were in New York.
Yeah, I was in New York in like
Was it June?
May.
Yeah,
I
it
think it
was.
was
It was
May.
fairly recent. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. My mom was just like, "We're going to New York. Do you want to come?" Like, I'm like, I guess,
I love how you
sure.
could just like casually be like, "Hey, we're going to New
Well,
York,"
I
and
mean, they planned it out. They had planned it
yeah,
out for like a couple months. I just didn't know.
yeah.
She's
Oh, you're
like,
going, by the way.
yeah. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't mind. It was a lot of fun. It was just very
You saw
unexpected.
Hamilton, right? Or
We
was that before?
saw no, we saw Hamilton in San Francisco.
Okay. You saw Book of Mormon?
That was even longer ago. That was in like 2013. We saw something good. Oh yeah, we saw like three musicals. One of them was like On This Island. It was featuring the lady who did the voice of Mulan. She's a Filipino lady. Like she does like she's really good. I think if I found her voice, you'd know her. Um,
What's her name?
I'm looking it up. Leia Salonga.
I hope I spell her name right because I don't want like I've had bad luck of Googling someone on stream and then it being a porn star. So
Yeah,
um
Leia Salonga. She's a Filipino
Solanga.
singer. She was like she I'm not sure if she originated, but she started in Miss Saigon as the main character, as like the main female lead. She
Mhm.
was the singing voice of Jasmine. She's in a lot of
Oh
Disney.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I recognize her being Jasmine. I remember watching live performances of A Whole New World. So
Yeah, she's
yeah,
fantastic. She's amazing. She's
yeah.
so talented. Yeah. And yeah, we saw that. We saw Dear Evan Hansen again, which is an absolutely amazing musical. If you guys haven't even heard the music, you should go listen to the music for that. It's done by the two best music creators in Broadwood right now, Bench Pasek and Paul. They're just awesome. They're number one. They're numero uno. And I forgot the last one, but I remember it was good. So yeah, that was in New York. That was in May. I didn't even get to July yet. July, yeah. So we had AX, we had Anime Expo. At the very beginning of the month, that was jam packed with excitement. I'm not gonna go too in depth into it, but I met Mech, aka Makina Kingu, aka Ron, for the first time. That was really cool. Getting to meet up with people that you've known online for years, but you finally get to meet face to face. Um, it was really cool getting to hang out with him, and we also what else happened at AX? Oh yeah, there was a lot of music concerts. I went to like 3 or 4 shows in the course of the 4 days at AX. I had a show like every day. I went to the Accors Love Live show with my friend on day zero. Second day,
The
I got
actual
this.
voice cast, right?
Yeah, the actual voice cast performing as like their characters.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was great. I mean,
Love
I know
Live
like
has some dope ass music.
yeah, I'm like I've never watched Love Live or Love Live Sunshine. I can't say like I'm a huge fan, but like the music was fantastic,
Yeah.
especially like the subgroups. Oh my god, the
Yeah.
subgroups music, like I was super down with
It's
it. Like
incredibly well done. Like they put way more
yeah.
time into producing the music than they should, but they're like they put so much effort into it, and I can see why people love that.
Yeah. Yeah, notably one of the Love Live's one of the Awkward subgroups, Guilty Kiss. It's like made up of three members. Like their music is super dope. They did like a rock song. They had this like new disco track. They had this like I don't know. It was just awesome. I actually need to go look up more of the music now that I remember that. Yeah. So the day after that was the Super Japan live, and that God, I saw so many artists. I had to like double check exactly what I saw
I think you saw Eimer,
that
right?
day. Yeah, that was
Am I skipping ahead? I don't want to
yeah,
skip.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's a head, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, let me look at this up. Oh yeah. So yeah, next day was it was the Ota Quest, like basically like EDM, Japanese EDM fest with You Know Me, uh Yasutaka Nakata,
I didn't realize You Know Me
Teddy
was there.
Lloyd. Yeah, she helped open. She was like one of the first openers. Teddy
Man, I
Lloyd.
should have just went there and just pulled my pants down and played the flute with my ass.
Yeah, you would fit right in
Yeah, she would
with the
love
You
it.
Know Me fan. Yeah, M Flow too. Crystal K. Yeah, it was nuts. Especially Yasutaka Nakata. I honestly think his set is probably one in my like my top five favorite like electronic sets. Mostly because he had so much fan service in it. Like he was playing a ton of like ton of Perfume and Kyari songs
Of course.
and stuff. But it was just like I don't know. It was just so good. Everything like for someone who's a huge fan of his music. Um, it was just everything you could have wanted, and it was his first time in the U.S. Or yeah, sorry, not You Know Me, Yus or Yushi, you say. I don't know how to pronounce the name. It's Y-U-C and then apostrophe E. Yeah,
I was about to say,
yeah, not You Know Me. I'm sorry. They both start with a Y. I'm
yeah.
like, there's too many artists running through my head right now. And then the day after that was another concert, which had Ma, Yuki Kajiura, who she's like the composer for like most of the Fate series, like all the
Every
heavy
anime
epic
ever.
music. Yeah, sh- she does so much. Mayan, and Sanket's girl Sayuri, and that was amazing too. Yeah, it was just so much good music in such short of a time span, and I was just so exhausted because I was just like raging my face off every night.
It was a
And then I
rager.
Yeah, I guess if you want to call it raging to Ma singing with the piano, singing ballads with the piano, but her voice is so good. Her voice is so she's better live than she is on recording. Jesus
Somehow.
Christ.
Some people are like that.
Oh, God, her voice is just so nice too. Like, so I learned she actually lost her voice when she was 15,
What?
like completely.
Okay.
And then when she got it back, it became super husky, and that's why
Right.
she sounds like how she does now. Was
Huh.
because she lost her voice, and then she went to England to study English or to study, and that's why she has a pronounced like British accent whenever she talks.
Oh, that's
So she
cool.
has this like I don't want to call it like sexy, but it's like a super sexy like Japanese British accent whenever she talks in English, and it sounds really awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it just sounds so unique. You don't hear that very often. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So 3 shows at AX. The week I get back from AX, I had a music festival that weekend where I went to go see Porter Robinson, his virtual self. And Also a female producer I really like called Rez, who makes like really heavy electronic bass music. So yeah, just show after show after show. And then the week after that, I went to go see a producer called Igloo Ghost, and one of my favorite YouTubers was opening called Underbelly. So yeah, just
He's a
a lot of
YouTuber
music.
that makes music.
He's like a production channel. His channel's called You Suck at Producing, and he basically he has a really
Tutorials and stuff.
yeah, he has like a deadpan kind of delivery. He's like, "You suck at producing," and then he goes through like he'll teach you how to do like basic and advanced concepts when you produce music, but with a very humorous twist and interpretation on it. And I really like his videos. And he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I'm opening for Igloo Ghost, so you should come see it." I was like, "Where is it?" "Oh, it's in San Francisco." "Sick. I'll go watch you." And I got to meet him. I took a picture with him. It was really cool. He seemed like super happy that his fans were there. And I think I was like one of the only fans of his that were there. Because it was like a club show. So after the headliner ended at like 1 a.m., he came on to like close out the club. And basically everybody left. And it was like basically 10 people, including me, on the floor.
Oh, that's sad.
But we were all just kind of like grooving out, having a great time.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey, it's my." He got on the mic at one point. He was like, "Hey, I'm about to play the most banging song you guys have ever heard." And then he put on the "Careless Whisper" instrumental, and we were all just kind of like slow dancing and like in slow mo on the dance floor. And then he pointed at me and he was like, "Hey, you need to sing right now." And I'm like, "You want me to sing?" He's like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm never gonna dance again," and stuff. And he's like, "Woo!" So that was really cool. Yeah, it was just like it was basically like me and like two or three of his friends that he brought on the floor. But
Yeah.
it was really cool. It was something really special for me.
That's cool. Like,
Yeah,
I think that the best is like, it reminds me of when I was in a band in high school and would go play a show like a little bit far away, like an hour away, and like our friends would show up, like, to support us, and we're like, oh man, that's awesome. Just seeing anyone there for you while everyone else is there for someone else that's
yeah,
performing.
yeah. And I definitely wanted to make him like feel happy that like or like feel that people were enjoying the music and stuff.
Yeah,
And yeah, I mean
that's cool.
he was just a cool down DJ, but we're having fun.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's basic. That's a lot, but that was my busy summer so far.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
busy with, projects and
Yeah, and on
also,
top of all that, I'm like working on projects. I'm balancing. I'm actually working. I'm waiting to hear back from another job right now. I'm helping my family with stuff. And yeah, just a lot to balance, but I'm having a lot of fun as well, which
that
is cool.
that's cool. I mean, as
Yeah.
long as you're not burning out and you're still having fun with it, then you
Yeah.
can't ask for more. It's good to be busy anyways.
Yeah, it's more of just I'm trying to balance my time.
Yeah.
It's like I
You don't
want to
have
do
as much free
stuff.
time, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I want to do this stuff, but I also want to squeeze in some time to hang out with friends and play games, but
Hmm.
I'm also like doing I have to work on music
Yeah.
or I have to go to work. I have to do this and yeah. It is what it is. I'm in that weird transitionary period after college
Yep.
where I'm
And
trying to find it.
once you find that groove of, finding that balance of, doing all that, then you're gonna be good.
Yeah, I really hope to settle into a routine soon because I don't like being out of routine.
Yep. I'm a
So
creature of habit, so
yeah,
I like my routine.
we are creatures of habit. Everybody, well, I'd say most people are. So
Some people just feel like going somewhere and go, I can't do that. I mean, I
yeah,
can't really
that
do that to begin with, but
haha.
if I wanted to go drive to Orlando or something, I'm not gonna go on a whim. I'm gonna plan it and know exactly when and how and what. So,
Yeah. So what's been up with you, Yoshi? Where'd you go to?
well, my summer hasn't been as exciting as yours for sure. Work is still busy. I have inventory coming up in a week and a half, so it's just
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
yeah, it's keeping me busy. I have to work extra hours and all that great stuff. So, but I
Are you
can
getting
take my
overtime for it at least?
I
Okay.
get overtime.
At least you get fat overtime then.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't
It's
care.
it's not really worth it.
I don't need overtime. The stress itself is enough, like the money compensation's nice, but like at the end of the day, I just want it to be over.
Yeah, I completely
So,
understand.
yeah, I can finally take my vacation like after inventory settles down. I have to do stuff week after inventory too. I have to like deal with mismated shoes and stuff because our store is mainly shoes. So like I have
Hmm.
to do all that shit even after inventory. So
Do you get free kicks or
no,
discounted
I mean,
kicks?
yeah, I do get discounted kicks, but like our main focus is like dress shoes, so it's not like I get to
Oh,
wear them like all that often. Because when I'm outside, I'll wear something really casual, sneakers or like boat shoes or flip flops, basically. So
oh, you're not getting like the new Air Jordan like
no, no,
limited
no,
edition
no,
Chicago version or
no,
whatever in
no,
store.
no. That's the shit that you have to wait in line on a cell phone app to buy.
Yeah, that kind
The
of
dumbest
sucks.
shit ever. So fucking stupid. So yeah, I mean, it's my next 2 3 weeks is still gonna be busy, like even after inventory, which is in a week and a half. So,
Hmm.
I'm already tired. I want to take my vacation, but I have to take my vacation at the end of August. So
Rip.
I'm gonna be
Well,
dead tired. It's gonna be great.
everybody give Yoshi your energy.
Give me your energies.
Let's let's make him a spirit bomb of
Gi-
caffeine.
Give me your energy so in 3.5 weeks I can just sleep on my bed all day and not do anything, which is what I'm planning on doing
That
during my
sounds
vacation.
that sounds nice.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully I'm not as busy as you, like in terms of just having multiple projects. It's just for me, it's work right now. So
Yeah,
I can balance stuff outside of it, but work takes precedent and, is what I have to put in as a priority. So, yeah,
absolutely.
I haven't really done much. I did go to SuperCon, which is the media convention down here in Fort Lauderdale, which is north of Miami. It's probably the biggest one down here aside from the Miami Comic Con.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah, I always intended to go, but I never went when I was down at UM. I was always kind of like, I don't know, I didn't get out much when I was at Miami.
well,
So,
I think you were also like during the summers you were back home
oh
anyways.
yeah, that's true. That's very
So,
true.
because if you were still down here, like I would have like asked to go with you, like I would have like picked you up or something. Like I would have done that.
Like
And
a date.
I mean,
Uh
I have friends that's going as well. So
oh.
don't make it weird, Chase. Jesus Christ.
Ah, damn it.
So
Okay, well, how was it without me?
it was good. The thing with you know this from experience, Chase. But you have experienced multiple days of Anime Expo, where I
Oh
only go for like
God.
one day.
Yeah.
Even going one day and only for 5 hours, I was dead tired.
Yes,
Just
absolutely.
dead tired. I went at 12. We waited in line for an hour, got our tickets at 1. We looked around. We went on a Thursday, so there aren't too many events and there aren't too many guests there yet. We wanted to go to avoid the crazy traffic on the weekends. We really didn't want to go on a weekend because you can barely walk.
Mhm.
And our main goal was to look at the vendors, as shallow as it may seem. The shops, hobby shops down here are not very good. We're
Mhm.
not like California or New York or Chicago where they have novelty shops of comic books and Japanese shit and nerdy shit like in every corner. That happens in bigger cities. It doesn't happen down here. Miami is a bigger city, but that part of culture hasn't like filtered through yet. Like the nerd culture is kind of still like not super accepted down here. It's still about
Uh
like partying and doing cocaine in a bathroom. So guys like
I
me
like how
who's into nerdy shit, it's hard.
yeah, I like how you're hovering Porter Robinson on the thing on the stream as you
Uh,
talk about this. Let's talk
why?
about all the nerdy weeb shit. No, I just
Oh,
thought it
oh,
was funny.
yeah, Porter Robertson's kind of into that.
He's
stuff.
a
So
massive weeaboo. Yeah,
yeah. So that's the thing. I do have a hobby shop that sells like comic books and anime stuff, but it's
but it's nothing
still
huge.
it's not enough. I can't walk in and ask for a Konosuba poster, which I did get at the convention. There are things I can't get at a hobby shop, which is artwork by amateur artists. There's certain toys and figures that you can't get without ordering online from Japan, which is like $100,000 markup plus the shipping, which is just insane. I'm not
Yeah.
paying for that. A friend of mine who's a huge Dragon Ball fan, he bought his figure that he really wanted on Amazon, which was out of stock, was $90. Right? He could have
Oh
bought it
man.
on Amazon for $90 if it was in
Mm-hmm.
stock. Right? He goes to SuperCon, finds it for $30. Okay, didn't have to
Yeah.
negotiate any price or anything like that. So like you can find good deals at these conventions. That's like the main reason why we go to this, as shallow as it may seem. For us, we don't get to nerd out as much. It's just not like it's not as like it's weird. I see
I
it
mean,
in
you're
like
still nerding out. You're just nerding
it
out over the over the figs, and that's what
it
some people
is,
go there to do.
and that's the thing is that there's I think culturally it's just not big down here to be a nerd yet. While in California it's super big. Everyone's coming from different backgrounds, whatever. Down here it's not like that yet. It's a big city down here in Miami, and I'm living a little bit north, of Miami, but it's just not part of the culture yet. There isn't like sects of nerds yet. It's just like foreign tourists. It's just people moving from South America, and it's not like there's no other cultures that like get ingrained here, like nerdy shit. Like it's
Yeah.
weird,
Yeah, it definitely I definitely felt that when I was down there for school as
all
well,
right?
and it's a big reason why I didn't feel quite at home as I
I
did in
never.
California.
I've lived here for 13 years. No,
Wow.
23 years now. Okay, I've lived in
Jeez.
Florida for 23 years. I've never fit in. That's just how it is. Like culturally, I just don't fit in. It's just the values are not the same. It's our practices, our values are just completely different. So, and
You
it's
can
such a
convince your mom to move back to Japan,
oh
except I think she hates Japan.
yeah, I don't think she wants to go to Japan. I think
Yeah.
she's comfortable here. She likes it here. She has friends here. I'm totally fine with uprooting and going somewhere else if I could. But that's just not in my
Yeah,
immediate
it's more of a
plans.
more of a complicated issue too.
Yeah, and I'd like to find a job before I just move. You know?
Or you just up and get out. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be the guy that's like, "Hey, I feel like doing something different. I'm gonna go outside and find something different." I'm not like that. I'm a pussy, and I like to think and worry over things. So I
Hmm.
can't just up and leave. It's just not in my nature. So,
Get the job in L.A. and then we'll split a room.
dude,
We'll split an apartment.
I would love to do that. Except,
Get on it, because I want to move down to LA within like the next 2 years
yeah,
for
I
jobs
would,
and stuff.
dude. I would. It's just my situation
Yeah,
does
I
not
know.
allow for me to
I
do it.
know.
Unfortunately, I
Yeah.
gotta support the fam here. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So SuperCon was fun, very tiring. I got a bunch of artwork that I want to put on my wall, but I can't find frames that fit like 11 by 15 and 12 by 18 easily.
Yeah, dude. Prints are the curse. Prints are the bane of my existence. So many, like I have so many prints. Like every time I go to a convention, I end up buying like anywhere from 4 to 6 prints. I'm just like, so this time I was like, okay, I can only buy one
Yeah.
because I just love art
Yeah.
like way too much. I love visual art. It's like one of my favorite things to consume. On Twitter, I think I follow like 80% of the people I follow, I think, are like artists who post some kind of fan art or are official artists in some capacity. And so I just had like I have way too many prints. I could probably cover my walls,
Yeah.
and it's
So
my bane.
I can't find anything to because I don't want to put them up with poster tape or
Yeah.
thumbtacks or something. It just ruins it for me. Like I want it protected. It's such like good work, and the ones I bought, you know how prints some people just basically print it on poster paper and it's really thin and flimsy.
Yeah.
The
Those
guy
ones
I
are like the
bought,
legit.
yeah, the guy I bought from, the material is like super like it's almost like cardboard basically. It's like thin paper. It's like thin cardboard. It's like awesome, and I don't want to even ruin the backside of it, you know. So uh, I don't know.
It's a struggle.
Yeah. Mech in chat says I need more hug pillows. Yes, I agree. I do have a hug pillow size pillow that doesn't have a cover on it. Um, if anyone wants to recommend one to me, so my mom can walk in my room and judge me based on the waifu on bed, and I have to explain to her that it's a joke, but I don't know if she'll understand that it's a joke. We'll see.
Just tell her Jodan. I'm just
I'm
joking, Mom.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm.
Sorry, it's
They
it's
won't
an
get that
inside.
joke either.
Yeah, it's a inside joke with me and Chase. I'm sorry, guys. It's about the Prime Minister
Wow.
of Japan.
What?
I'm going to explain it. It's about the Prime Minister of Japan. His name is Sori Daijin, and when you say I'm sorry, it sounds like Sori. So you say I'm sorry, like I'm the Prime Minister. Like if I was a Prime Minister, I would say it and it would make sense. Okay, it doesn't make any sense right now. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Super Con. Yamamoto Sayaka, rest in peace. She is
Rip.
graduating. Yes.
May
Um,
she rest in peace.
yes, she will in my heart. So another thing that I've been really hooked on recently is Produce 48.
Yeah, how is that? I haven't been watching it, but I heard people are going nuts over it and there's like
So
controversy and stuff.
there's let's chill out on the zeitgeist of it's got the 48 name on it. All right. I'm that cynical asshole that likes to kind of poop on 48, okay? But I still love their stuff when it is good, okay? I'm gonna preface that.
I poop on 48.
That's gonna be my new Twitter handle. I poop on 48. Um, and I'm just gonna plug groups that aren't good but not 48.
Haha.
I'm not gonna name them because I don't want to offend our viewers because it might be one of your favorite groups. No, I'm kidding. No, it's probably true. So I'm a cynical. Yes, I'm cynical. I'm jaded. I don't trust anyone or anything that anyone says publicly on a TV show or whatever. Right? Whenever some idiot on, I shouldn't, but I am. I've been a cynic all my life. I've been like this since I was 10 years old, probably. That's why I could never fit in with most people because I would sit there and just think, wow, this is just a colossal waste of time. Stuff like that, you know?
You're the edgy kid in the corner.
Yeah, but I never made it about myself though. I always kept quiet. I was the designated driver. I was like, why are we drinking? I feel like shit if I drink. Why are you guys drinking? Why are you guys doing drugs? Whatever. I didn't do all that. Okay. So I was always that kid. I was a cynical. I didn't trust anyone. I never took anyone for their word. That's just how I am as a person. I'm terrible. I'm sorry. That's just how I am. So whenever I see stuff like reality TV shows such as Produce 48, I think, wow, that felt very scripted. So I don't know where to draw the line of I'm enjoying the fuck out of this and I don't trust anything that's happening right now. It's a
reality show. You shouldn't trust anything.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like if I'm watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I know that entire show is scripted, okay? I know that. But like Produce 48, they're doing this genuine like talent show thing. And we're supposed to take it at face value, but I'm not that kind of person. I feel bad about that. I want to be able to do that.
Every talent show is rigged, like to an extent. There's no denying that.
Not my talent show for middle school where the seventh grader and eighth grader played a Led Zeppelin song.
It wasn't monetized. If your middle school talent show is monetized, I can guarantee whoever was in charge of getting the money would have rigged it somehow.
Right.
In order to increase viewership and bring in more controversy and talk about it. So,
Yeah, so it's not so much the results. The results look pretty genuine for the most part, but the things that it doesn't annoy me, but things that I notice is stuff like, oh my god, Yabuki Nako hit that high note in that one song. How incredible is she? But then I listen to the recording and go, that sounds pre-recorded as hell. Like none of that was actual live singing. So are we judging this based on live singing plus choreography or pre-recorded singing plus choreography? Like every vocal performance I've heard for the most part sounded pre-recorded. So I don't know if it's just me being cynical or it's the truth, but I'm enjoying the fuck out of this show. I love the show. It's super fun to watch. It's way
Mm-hmm.
too long. It's each episode's 2 hours long. That's probably 30 minutes way too long. They do the Korean TV replay thing over and over again. It happens a lot. Um, every narrative for each group and individual feels very similar, and at a certain point, it does get similar because there's so many girls, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't know. It's a really fun show. I would recommend it to people if you have time. Chase, you don't really have time, but I would recommend it if you're curious to see what people's reactions are to Japanese girls in a Korean setting. Like it's really
I
fascinating,
feel like it's
actually.
very. I don't. I've just seen so much weird reaction to it. I just kind of want to steer clear of the controversy because it's like the fact that it's like because it's an Mnet show,
Mhm.
so it's aired in Korea. Only Korean people get a vote. Like only the Korean
It also
viewers.
airs in Japan, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
But
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if they
It
get
airs
the
in
vote.
Japan.
But
No, no, they don't. It's only
yeah,
Korean viewers who get to vote for who stays, and apparently all the Japanese people are out except maybe Sakura, I think. And that it just seems like a breeding pool for controversy and race discussion, and I really don't want to get into that. I
yeah.
mean,
I mean, I thought the thing is, I thought the Japanese girls would like be completely mopped by the Korean girls. Just they'll just mop the floor with the Japanese girls, but it wasn't the case. Like the Japanese girls did fairly well. Like I was surprised by how good Sakura is, and she was never the best singer or the best dancer. I know this because I've been following her since her debut. Like I know her
yeah, yeah,
like fairly well. Like recently, not so much. I haven't been paying as much attention, but I know for a fact that her weakness has always been like I'm not the best dancer, I'm not the best singer, but I'm charming and I'm cute. That was her thing basically, and I'm also very she's very well spoken. She's very good with words. She can express herself very well and politely. That was what attracted me to her. She has this weird way with words that I thought was very mature even at her young age, and even till this day she's always been this really mature person that I really respected her hard work and work ethic. And
yeah.
I knew that she wasn't a Yamamoto Sayaka or a Oshima Yuko or whatever. She didn't have the dancing or the singing or whatever. So I didn't think she would put up much of a fight, but at the end of the day, it's a popularity vote on the show. So, if you're popular, you're popular.
Yeah. I feel like if this had been a thing when I was super into Korean and Japanese music all at the same time, this would be like my favorite thing ever. It's
Yeah,
just like it's a couple years too late for me, I think.
yeah.
But you never know.
Hey,
Maybe I should try it.
but you know what? I would recommend it if you have like 2 hours free time and you have nothing to do. Just give it a try. Watch the first episode. If it doesn't catch you from, it is to be fair. I think it did get exciting like 30 in episode 3 and 4 when they started performing.
Mhm.
Before the first two episodes with the training and reevaluations and stuff like that, it's a little bit slow, but you get to know the members and you get to slowly see like how the whole system works. So
Yeah.
if you have some free time, I would recommend it to people who are just curious. Draco has been talking to me about it since it started airing, and then Day and Core pushed me over the edge like this week or yeah, this past week. They're like, "Hey, you should just watch it." I'm like, oh, "Fine." And then I got really hooked on it. I binged 6, 7 episodes in a span of 6 days. That's
Jeez.
13 hours, about 13 hours of the show. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Isn't it
no,
like what? It's like 2 hours of
it's 2 hours
episode,
each.
right?
Yeah. So including the seventh episode, it would have
Why?
been 14 hours. Yes.
Why is it so long?
It's way too long. I think that's the worst part about that
I
show
think
is
it's
that
too
it's
many
really long.
people.
Yeah. But even now, there's like half of the people left in by episode 7. It's still way too long. So that's my only complaint. I think it's a fascinating show with charming people. I love all the Korean girls. I have a newfound respect for the Japanese girls that I wasn't familiar with. I didn't know shit about Chiba Eri or, I didn't really give a shit about Koji Momoko. I didn't care about a whole bunch of people, but I now care about them, which is very cool.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. Yeah,
I would
it's
recommend it to people who are curious.
it's definitely something fresh, which is
It
something that I
is.
really respect,
That
and it's
was
cool.
that was the thing, is that it is very fresh, and it's a concept that's been done before in Korea, but it never involved Japanese people. And the idea of crossing streams like that was curious. When they announced it, I was like, oh man, that sounds like a horrible idea for like Japanese performers to just get shat on, which they have
Yeah,
been. But from what I've been reading on YouTube and stuff like that in comments, it seems very positive, in terms of reaction.
yeah.
Like
I think for
it's
every negative reaction, it's also opening someone else's eyes. So
Yeah,
you
for
know,
for sure. Like I watched a ton of the performances on the Mnet YouTube page, and like Sakura's like solo cam performance of IOI is very, very, very. It's like 2.5 million views, which is like probably tops for the
damn.
entire show. Like, and all the comments are like, "Oh my God, she's so pretty. She has adorable expressions while she's performing." So like, it's a very positive reaction, and
Damn, that's 2.6 mil.
yeah, it's crazy, and it's a good video. I think it showcases Sakura very well, and yeah, she's great. She has always been a charming performer. She was never the best dancer or singer, like I said before, but she always looked like she cared on stage, which is the number one thing that you should want from an idol. Some of them don't have that.
Yeah, don't pull a Paruru,
No,
a
no, don't.
Paruru,
Yeah, yeah,
Paruru.
ro. So yeah, if you have some free time, I would check it out. I
Yeah,
was kind of a skeptic, and I enjoyed it. I mean, it's still
yeah.
going.
I think I'll definitely check it out at some point. I'll probably start with like the fan cams and maybe clips, like the
Yeah,
popular clips of it, because that's how
yeah,
I got
just
into AK Bingo. It's like
yeah,
I watched like people that clip funny parts from it, and I was like, oh, this looks cool.
yeah.
And
So
then
Mnet has every solo cam from every performance in HD and stuff. So
yeah, I saw. I have
it's
one
great.
queued up. Yeah.
Yeah, watch the soccer one, doing nom nom nom.
Nom 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 nom.
That's a great song. I love that song by IOI. So yeah, that's Produce 48. Um, so that's everything that was going on with me so far this summer. So let's get into our meat of the discussion.
Anime.
Anime.
Anime. Yeah, let's get into it.
2D animation from Japan.
We got 3 seasons to go through, so we're gonna do this super quick.
Very quickly. We're already an hour into the show, basically, so
Yeah,
we
let's
want to
make
do
it.
this fairly quickly because we got some fun segments for you guys after we do this discussion. So
Yeah, we get it.
hopefully, hopefully it works.
Yeah, it'll work. It'll be
I
fun.
hope so. I hope so. I just don't want it to be like if if it's not fun for us, I hope it's at least entertaining to the people listening and watching.
I mean, it'll be fun for me to read these off to
That's
you.
true.
So
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
I
And
picked. Yeah, I picked some funny shows.
yeah,
I think.
I'm really
Yeah.
excited for that. And I hope you enjoy the ones I picked too. So,
Oh
all right,
no.
so let's talk about some anime. We last did the show in March, so that was while the winter season was still airing. It was wrapping up, but we discussed on the show what we were watching that season. So we want to quickly go over, wrap up how we felt about that season. Just talk about some notable shows. Chase, you go first. Just give me all the shows that stood out to you and you enjoyed and you'd recommend. So going forward, there might be some spoilers. If there's heavy spoilers, we'll let you know beforehand.
We'll
But
try
I'm
to
giving
let you
you,
know.
yeah, I'm giving you a warning
Yeah.
right now that there might be spoilers, even in casual conversation. But if it's gonna be heavy, heavy, heavy spoilers, talking about endings and stuff like that, we will let you know. So
Yeah,
Chase,
like
go ahead.
remember when Naruto died?
Oh shit! And then he
Yeah.
died, and he came back the next episode because
And then the Akatsuki killed Naruto. Yeah.
I
Okay.
almost spoiled another show. It's not even an
In doing
anime.
that.
Yeah, it's not
Oh.
even an anime, but I almost spoiled. I was just about to make the joke about how a character died and came back the next episode, but I'm not gonna go there.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So we're gonna cover winter really quick.
Yep.
Winter 2018. This was a very sparse season for me. I was really busy during this period of time as well. I only watched 2 shows really, despite having a lot of anticipation for shows like Violet Evergarden Yuru Camp. I never watched them, which sucks.
You fucking idiot.
I'll eventually watch them.
Yeah.
And Overlord too. So, but two shows I did watch were Darling in the Franxx and Pop Team Epic. And Pop Team Epic doesn't really need any introduction.
We did a
If you haven't
whole
seen
long
it,
thing in the last
yeah.
episode.
If you haven't seen it, you're living under a rock, and you're not on the internet probably. It's fantastic.
I bought the only thing that was Pop Team Epic related at SuperCon, and I don't regret it for a second.
I got hold on, wait, let me get this off my keychain really quick. So shit. Crunchyroll was having, so for their premium members, like you could go to their booth and you can like show that you're a premium member, and you get a little drawstring bag.
Oh, that's cool.
You can, yeah, and you get a choice. You get kind of like a little gachapon of like you have there could be 4 charms in there. One was like the mummy from that mummy show.
Oh, yeah, how to keep a mummy.
Yeah, how to keep a mummy, and then there are like 2 other ones from other shows I don't know, and then there was the rarest one, which was like a golden Papuko.
Oh,
you know, like from the show. Guess which one I got?
You got the Popco.
Look at that shit right
there. That's
there.
Cool.
That's really cool. And I was
you got it on the first try.
Exactly,
it wasn't like you traded with someone.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like someone behind us in line was like, "Oh man, I really want the mummy," and I was like, "I really want the Popco," and he's like, "All right, well if we get it, we'll trade each other."
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
I was like, "Mine." He didn't get his. So.
Oh, fuck him, right?
Guy,
so. Sucker.
Yeah. Right. Oh well. Yeah. So that was Pop Team Epic. No, it doesn't really need to be said. It was fantastic.
It was a great show. I enjoyed
Darling
it.
in the yeah. Darling in the Franxx.
Oh boy.
This one's a mixed bag. Actually, I've not seen it yet because I don't really want to have to deal with whatever the hell. It has potential. It had apparently there might be a Darling in the Franxx too.
Oh no.
I don't know. I heard some rumor about that.
Oh no.
I don't know. This show has really high highs and really high lows. I think is the best way to describe it.
High lows?
Really low lows.
I was about to say.
There's parts of the show that just absolutely shine. I won't go into spoilers. Don't worry. Like I'll just say like episode numbers. Like episode 15.
15, I hear, was
probably the best. It's like probably the best moment of the show. It's like the emotional plot climax. It was okay, so it did end pretty well according to Mac, but it just like that was like the best part, and then they go full Gynax later on, you know, for better or worse. And for people who don't know what that means, they just kind of blow the plot out of proportion in consideration of what they were working with previously. And they made it grander than you thought it would be. Some people like that, other people don't. It's very controversial. But yeah, I think it's worth a watch once you get because once you get past all the perverted stuff at the beginning, it's like they're like, haha, this is a dick joke. Haha, this is a parallel for sex.
It's doggy style.
It's like they get like super serious into it once they establish the world building. But then I don't know. I feel like just like a lot of the Trigger shows, there's a decent amount of wasted potential. But I need to watch the last episode. We'll see. But I think it was pretty well done. If I had to give it a score, I think I'd give it like an 8.5, 8, depending on the last episode. And yeah, that was it for me for that season. Just Darling in the Franxx and Pop Team Epic.
Okay. Overlord 2 was good. It
was all right. Good.
I thought it was weird because they started off with the Lizard Man arc, and I was like, I want more Eins. Mm-hmm. But you know that season wrapped up really well. I think the middle part of it was kind of slow. I really am not a fan of when they do arcs where it's just, hey, it's this random village in the middle of nowhere, and you know they do like 2-3 episodes on it. I'm like, I want more Eins. I want more like overpowered dude like telling his subordinates what to do. You know, it's But
Yeah.
it still wrapped up really solidly. The ending climax was really good, and it led into season three, which is happening right at this moment. And in
Yeah, it's
season three,
crazy.
it's been really good.
People
Yeah,
thought there would never be a sequel, and now you're getting 2 seasons in 1 year.
it's great. Season two's good, and season three is just as good so far. So I'm excited to
Yeah, I have
keep
to
watching.
gotta jump back into that because
Yep, I would.
thoroughly enjoyed the first season. I
Yeah,
really liked it. I just never started the second one. I watched like the
yeah.
first episode, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely recommend if you've already seen Overlord season one, go watch season two. It's really good. Despite the slow parts in the middle, but yeah, solid. And I'm watching. I was watching a whole bunch of shows this season, but I dropped a whole bunch of them. Death March, I dropped. I think I said on the show, like last show we did, I was like, yeah, it's kind of predictable and like harem-y, and but it was still enjoyable. I could not keep up with it at a certain point. Like episode 7, I'm like, okay, I'm over it.
Yeah.
Um, Your Camp, I watched to completion. It's what you wanted it to be, Chase. I think you wanted
Yeah.
a just comfy slice of life show. It is exactly that, and it's exactly as the title suggests. It
Mhm.
does everything exactly what you thought it would do, and
See,
that might be not a good thing.
yeah, cuz I actually watched like 2 episodes of it
Hmm.
and I was getting bored.
Yeah, I thought it was unbelievably boring at times. It's just
Yeah.
really slow, and the when you look at the cover for this show, it looks like, oh, it's like a bunch of girls camping together. They barely camped together.
Yeah, they
It's disappointing. Like they're always split up. It's always like, oh, I'm camping with her, so you go do your thing by yourself. So it seemed like, oh, it's girls having fun together all the time. It's not. It's very slow, and it doesn't build up very well. Like there's no plot, of course, but it
Mhm.
just it took way too long for the chemistry between like the 4 or 5 main characters to build up. It didn't happen until like episode 10 or 11 basically.
Mhm.
So it
Yeah.
was really slow.
I don't know. I really enjoyed parts of it. Like I thought parts of it were fantastic. I just felt like there was a lot of dead air
Yeah,
at times
absolutely.
in between the fun and interesting
It's
parts.
just Ren just sitting there looking at the mountain.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind that terribly. It was just there was a lot
Yeah.
of it
I
sometimes.
could not handle it. I don't know how I finished it. It was a slog the
Mhm.
entire way through. I'm not a slice of life guy. If it's a slice of life, I need it to have like gag comedy or some sort of referential humor, which Lucky Star was, which is why Lucky Star is one of my favorite shows, is
Mhm.
because it's not because it's a slice of life show, it's because it's gags and referential humor that I liked about it. So, I need slice of lives to have that kind of element to it.
Yeah.
Um Koiwa Ame Agari no Yoni. I mentioned this on the show last time,
Last
but
time.
I described it as, a taboo romance that doesn't treat the taboo romance in a creepy, weird, fetishy way. It's done really well, elegant. I love the animation style, the character designs, and the show ended really well. It's the manga is still ongoing, I believe, but I think the anime ended it really well, and I think it's a show worth watching if you want something a little laid back, not so in your face, and even in their dramatic moments, it didn't feel too melodramatic. So I like the balance of that there.
Cool.
Um, Psychic Soul no Sign On too. Hilarious gag comedy, one of my favorite gag comedies. I would recommend that if you're looking for just wacky, dumb humor. Gakuen Babysitter, as I mentioned on the last show, I watched it through the end, and it was enjoyable. It was just a cute show where people are just taking care of babies at a school. It was just a cute show, comfy slice of lifey, but
It's a
really
show more
enjoyable.
more targeted towards like the women demographic,
For
right?
sure. I think it's a
It's like
shoujo
it's
manga for sure.
yeah, because it's like cute boys taking care of babies,
Yeah.
and it's like
And you know what? That's not my thing. Like cute boys doing cute things is not my kind of show, but I could definitely stomach Gakuen Babysitters, and I enjoyed it. So
for sure.
if you want something like that, it's good. Just gonna scroll through anything else I missed here. I think that's it for winter 2018. So that's going to wrap up our discussion for winter 2018. So let's go right into spring 2018. Chase,
All
what
right.
have you seen or were you interested in?
All right. Let's see. Let's just start from the top. My Hero Academia,
Oh,
third
yeah.
season.
Still going.
God damn.
What
It's
a great
still
show.
good. That's all that needs to be said. It's
Man,
goddamn good.
I was losing faith in shonen anime, but then
My
Boku no
Hero.
Hero came out and I'm like, I'm back, yo. Shonen anime, still fucking good, man.
It's Naruto and Dragon Ball without the bullshit.
Yep.
Um, let's see. What else did I watch? I didn't
So
watch a whole lot from this
you haven't
season either.
watched Steins Gate?
No, because I'm rewatching the first one first because I barely remember it.
Yeah.
Steins Gate was one of the first anime I ever saw. I
Yeah.
loved it. I don't remember shit from it, so
Yeah.
I want to go back and watch it again so it's fresh in my mind when I start. I heard it's really good though.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to getting there. Um, I heard I didn't watch it. I heard Sword Art Online Alternative was actually really good,
It's
surprisingly.
really good, dude. Like
Yeah.
it's
So
it's
I'm
just an
gonna get to that too.
enjoyable, like, no bullshit. I mean, there is a little bit of bullshit, but nothing like the original Sword Art Online of you're gonna
Yeah, it's not.
die if you die in the game kind of shit.
I don't even think people were hung up about that. They like memed that, but it was just like they had really good characters and then they destroyed all the character development
Right. And the
too.
writing
Or
was
it's like
horrible or something.
yeah, it's like uh I don't even remember the female lead's name anymore. That's how much I care
Asuna.
about. So yeah, it's like Asuna was like this incredibly independent, like strong, like character. She was like the second best in her army or whatever, and then she just turns into some harem character for
Right.
Kirito.
Yeah,
You know,
it's for
it's just
Kirito
stupid.
to be a badass and win her
Yeah,
heart or whatever.
yeah. So and
Yeah,
yeah. Anyway, alternative's cool.
What's
That's what
what's
I've heard.
funny? Yeah, what's funny is that Kirito, the community member Kirito, he's the one that recommended Sword Online alternative to me. And he's like, this is
Yeah.
not what you expect from Sword Online because Sword Art Online comes with a lot of caveats and like kind of negative feelings, which
Hmm.
is sort of the reason why I never watched Sword Art Online. So
Yeah.
I gave this one a shot, and I'm so glad Kirito recommended it to me because I enjoyed the crap out of it. It's just a straightforward action show. It's about a battle royale game.
Hmm.
That's it. It's just like I'm gonna win. That's
Well, I
all it
love
is.
Fortnite.
Yeah, it's Fortnite without building. It's more like PUBG. I would equate it more to
Probably.
PUBG.
Yeah.
But this game came out before the BR craze. This, I mean, not game. This anime
Battle
or
Royale craze.
the light novel came out even before like
Yeah.
PUBG made it big. So
It's been out for a while.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So need to watch alternative.
Oh, check it out.
Shokugeki no Soma, second core of season 3, so
Yep.
technically season 4.
Hmm.
Re- Manga readers, they're like, you gotta watch out because this one apparently takes a really long time. And it takes so long that they cut it off halfway in between this arc. So,
Yeah, I noticed
but
that.
yeah, it's like this huge climactic point, and it's like, oh yeah, season's over, and it's like, okay, but it was really good for what's worth. A lot of good character development in this 12 episode arc.
Yep.
Um, a lot of cool bonding moments. We're seeing it really start to develop, and I think it's going to be good when it restarts, hopefully soon.
I would hope so
Yeah,
because they left on a huge cliffhanger. So
yeah, they're like halfway through a tournament, and then they
yeah,
just
it's the
stop.
middle of a tournament, and it's like, oh, these people are the winners, and it's like, and over. It's like, okay, great.
Yeah. Let's talk about Hinamatsuri really
Uh huh.
quick.
Sure.
Um, it's hilarious
Yes.
and it makes me feel at the same time. It's
It.
really interesting.
I'm not one for feels. Chase, you know this, right? I'm
Yeah.
not into like drama and feelsy shows. I'm into like
Yeah, you
humor
hate
and dumb
emotions.
jokes. Yeah, I don't like emotions. I just want like things blowing up or things making me laugh because they farted or something like that. I'm a shallow person, okay? So
Yeah, understandable.
still somehow I enjoyed this show. Because the humor was incredible when it hit. It was just like clever, original, um I don't know how else to say it, surreal at the same time because it does deal with like sci-fi magical power elements, but it somehow felt so grounded.
But that's not
Um,
that's not the main focus. Yeah.
it's not. It's just like the human relationships is just
Yeah.
beautiful. I don't know how else to describe it because the show is just it's so different from most shows. Like I don't even know what genre you put it in because if I
It's
sell
a
it as
breath
a
of fresh air.
if I sell it as a comedy, I'm selling it short. If I sell it as a drama, I'm kind of selling the comedic parts short. And just I don't know, it just made me feel things that I usually don't like care for, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's really funny because every time an anime is done by the Feel Studio,
Uh
I'm
huh.
always like, I think I'm gonna feel something because what they've done. I gotta look this up really quick.
Kiss
They've done
Exis.
Hinamatsuri. They've done Oregairu. They've done Kiss Exis.
Yeah.
That really made me feel something.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, they did Tsuki ga Kirei.
Dagashikashi Outbreak Company. They've done some good shows.
Yeah, they did some good stuff. They done some bad stuff, but it's like the ones I've watched from them. It's always like I feel like I'm gonna feel something.
Yeah.
Usually when I
hmm
see that name, so I always thought that was a funny coincidence.
I
But
feel
yeah,
like
I'm about
manga readers should be very happy with the adaptation. I read the first 3 volumes of the manga, and it felt very faithful and well done, well
uh-huh.
adapted.
Yeah. Yeah. And everyone talks about the voice actress because this is her first major role. She's like
Yeah.
barely done anything before this, and she does a great job of conveying Hina's like uh I don't know how to describe it. Like
A lot of the
um
cast isn't like your well-known like person, especially Hina and Nita, the main two characters.
yeah,
They're
they're not
not
main
well known
roles.
at all.
Mm-hmm.
So they did an impressive job. I
Yeah, they
usually I usually look at a cast list and go, "Oh, this is going to be rough." And I would say like half the time I'm right. This is one of those shows where I listen to it. I'm like, "Wow, this is really well done for no names."
yeah. Like Nita is like this like hard ass like Yakuza dude, but he comes off as an incredibly fatherly character
Yep.
towards Hina, and he can play the two roles so well. And I thought that was really cool. You know, he's not just like your generic screaming like gang member.
Yeah.
He's someone who has heart, and you can really tell that through the voice, and it was great.
It's
Um, yeah,
I'm glad I enjoyed that one. Yeah.
yeah. I'm about halfway through. I'm looking forward to the rest.
Yep.
Um, yeah. Persona 5 the animation. It's go play the game.
I haven't beaten the game.
Go play the game instead of watching this. Honestly, it's all
Uh,
right. Like I don't know.
I mean, to be
It's
fair,
uh
Persona is anime as hell, just in concept.
yeah.
But yeah,
It
you
lends
don't want
itself
it in anime.
better. It's well, so they're doing cool things like since the character actually has a voice in this game, whereas in the game you make the choices for him.
Right.
In the game or in the anime, they made him choose all of the funny or like the funny choices for some
Oh,
dialogue.
okay.
Or it's like it's like for example, like you can date your teacher technically
In
in
the game.
Persona 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the game. And
That
she and at
bitch.
one point one of the dialogue choices is like, "But I'm a teacher and you're my student." And one of the voice option choices for you is that's the best part. And it's
Yeah.
like hilarious and like when given the choice, the character will always choose like that option or like the funny option in
Yeah.
the choice. So I thought that was really cool as part of the adaptation. But other than that, it's like there's a lot of dead time
hmm
because you spend a lot of time like grinding your social skills
Right.
or doing other stuff, and they don't. It's hard to adapt that. You find they're really well adapted. It's just there's a lot of dead space in between, I think. And yeah, that's about it for P5 animation. And yeah, Mac, I'm getting the Megalo because I want to save it for last. Because this was a really cool show that had a lot of shortcomings as well. I don't know if you watched it, Yoshi.
I watched the first 4
Did you?
episodes. Yes.
Cool. And kind of disappointing.
I that's what I heard. My friend told me they weren't happy with the
Uh,
ending.
I don't know. There's first half of the season is probably like amazing. Like there's so many cool fights. There's like the underdog. There's so much mystique or like mysterious intrigue. There's like how can he do it? What's he gonna have is like really toned down in action, more about like development that should have been spaced out better. There's a lot of it's really anticlimactic, honestly, and I was really sad. I
That's what
use
I
this as
heard.
my
Yeah,
work. I use this as my workout anime, like
to get you
because like I'm
pumped.
getting all hyped up. Like yeah, it
Yeah,
gets me pumped. Like watching these guys fight, and I'd be like going faster and faster, like when I'm like running and stuff. But I don't know. It's just like eventually it stopped becoming so hype, and it was more about introspective like reflection and I don't know. That's not what I came here for, man. I
yeah,
came here to watch Joe punch the crap out of people, you know? And it was cool. I think it needed more than 13 episodes,
yeah.
honestly. Yeah.
But it
I
looked
think,
great. That's a good looking show.
yeah, it was
I
fantastic looking
heard what they
show.
did was to make it look aged. They compressed it to a
Yeah,
smaller
they
resolution.
they drew it at like 720
Yeah,
resolution and then they downscaled it to like 480,
yeah.
but it
That's
was still 1080.
it.
So it
Looked
was
really nice. Like, and it
yeah,
looked aged in a good way. Like, it looked great.
yeah. It's really cool art style.
Yeah,
Just needed a I don't know, direction towards the end, left a lot to be desired. First
yeah,
half though,
yeah.
absolutely
I
amazing.
enjoyed what I watched of it. I just couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah. So yeah, that was Megalobox. I think besides the obvious My Hero standout from what I watched, I think Megalobox was definitely the hidden gem.
Hmm.
And I think a lot of people realize that too. It was amazing, but
Yep.
just a bit disappointing towards the end. All right, what did you watch that I did not cover
Okay,
this season?
so I watched a whole bunch from the season. Sword Art Online was one of my favorites of that season, which is I never thought I would say. Another favorite of mine was Otaku ni Koi wa Muzukashi. Love is hard for otaku.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what it was called on Amazon. It was streaming on Amazon as it's difficult to Wotakoi Love is hard for otaku was what it was called on Amazon.
I didn't watch it because it was on Amazon.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
so I do have Amazon Prime, so I watched it. It's a solid show. It's it feels like MMO Junkies from a couple seasons ago. It is about adults, which is great to see because we don't see enough anime about adults and relationships. It felt very fresh with that. The two main characters are likable. The two side characters are very good. They're both voice acted by Sugita Tomokazu and Sarashiro Miyuki, which are two of my favorite voice actors going today.
Top tier voice acting.
Yes, so it was fantastic. The main two characters' voice acting not convincing, but they got the job done. But yeah, it's a good show. It feels good. It felt well paced. I thought I was gonna hate how slow the show was going to be, but it wasn't very slow. It always had something going on, some kind of relationship struggle that they had to work out, stuff like that. So it was a really well done show. Enjoyed it. I'd recommend it to people who want something different from the typical "we're in high school, yeah" show.
Yeah, I can relate. I'm a 35-year-old man.
Exactly. This is way more relatable than Black Clover.
Yeah. Or
Not that Black Clover is supposed to be relatable because it's not even like real life or real world.
what you don't feel what you're not screaming all the time.
No, I don't. I would scream right now, but I have family in the house, so I don't really want to
I
scream.
have self-respect.
Yes,
I
whatever
respect
that.
myself.
Asta. Or
Asta.
is that the main character's name is Asta and
Yeah.
his friend is like Sasuke or something?
Yeah.
Because he
Asta
reminds
and
me of
Sas. Yeah.
because that dude reminds me of Naruto, and then his friend reminds me of Sasuke. Just saying. So yeah, Otakoi, I would recommend it. I read the manga; it felt really slow. The anime didn't. Enjoyed it. Um, I'm gonna list some shows that I dropped as well. Tarakun wa Koyo Shinai, done by the people who did Nozaki-kun, Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. Hilarious show. Tadakun, not hilarious, not as charming, very slow, isn't really focused about the romance until like episode 9 or 10. it's not what I expected. I wanted something funny. I wanted something romantic. And the first 7 or 8 episodes that I watched, it wasn't that at all. It was charming in that the characters are likable, but it felt more like a slice of life show without any consequence. And that was what made me drop this show. And I had to watch the last episode to see what happened, just to
It
watch
makes me
it.
sad
Yep,
hearing that
it's
because I had high
super
hopes.
disappointing. Super disappointing. I had really high hopes. And, I think I went in because I wanted something like Nozaki-kun, and we haven't had something like Nozaki-kun.
Yeah.
So I'm really disappointed by that.
Yeah, to get more stuff like Nozaki-kun, I have to read the manga.
Yeah. And that's a show that's probably never going to get an actual end where it's like, oh my God, he said yes to my convention. And
Well, it would ruin the whole premise of the
right. The
show.
premise is like, he just completely oblivious and stupid, and he can only like draw.
Yeah.
Comic Girls is a typical cute girls doing cute things, and the cute thing that they're doing is drawing manga. But it's mostly focused on like their interactions. It's pretty enjoyable. I would recommend it if you're into cute girls doing cute things. I have not finished it, but I've seen 10 episodes and it's been very enjoyable. I'm in no hurry to finish it though.
You only
Um,
got two more.
no, it's three because I have
Oh, is
to
it
watch
three?
10, 11, 12. So it's
Oh,
three.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Captain Tsubasa, if you want a shonen soccer show, it's straightforward, really easy to digest, really easy to understand, easy to follow. It's very corny at times, like these 12-year-old kids doing unbelievable acrobatic moves in the air, which seem incredibly impossible, but they do it. So yeah, it's a good show. I would watch. I'd recommend it to people who want
If
sports.
you're a sports boy.
Yep. Uma Musume was pretty good. I didn't finish that. Hisuna Tamastan. I watched the first episodes. Kind of got distracted. Never got to it. It seemed all right. The animation was interesting. The character designs were interesting. I just couldn't get invested in the characters and didn't really care how much else about it. I think that might be it for
I
that
think that is.
season. I'm just gonna scroll through all the way to the bottom.
You watch Golden Kamuy?
I watched the first 2 episodes. It seemed interesting, but then the CGI bear came out, and I said, "Hell no."
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Have you seen it?
everyone's talking about the bear. I remember
It
seeing a clip of
it
it and I was
looks as
laughing.
bad as everything from the latest Berserks. It's
Yeah, that's
real bad,
sad. That's sad.
and that didn't ruin the show for me. It's just I couldn't get invested in the
You couldn't
story.
take it seriously.
Yeah, I guess so. I just didn't really care about the story. I'm not one for like historical stuff or like, oh, we're going on an adventure and treasure hunting and killing dudes. Like I'm not.
You're not
That's
a
not.
One Piece boy.
I'm not One Piece. I'm not really into that kind of adventure story. I'm into like regular, typical shonen stuff. So,
Yeah, me too.
yeah. But I hear good things about the manga, and it had a lot of hype, but it seemed like it didn't deliver quite well. So that's a little disappointing. Griseni, I watched. It's a baseball show. If you're into learning about
Sports.
it's actually not just sports, surprising. It's about like how the baseball world works. It's about how you can get demoted, promoted on a whim, how your
Oh, that's
salary
cool.
goes up, stuff like that. It goes into some behind the scenes stuff, which is really interesting. But
I
if you're
feel
not
like
into
that's more
baseball,
for Japanese people who
yeah,
are
it's
actually into baseball
you have
than
you basically have to understand like Japanese culture and understand like baseball. So if you don't care for that, then don't watch it.
pretty
But
niche audience.
it really is. Like I'm the only person it would make sense to, I think, ever. So yeah, that was spring 2018. Some good shows from there, and let's talk about what we're watching right at this moment, summer
Right
2018.
fucking now. All
Are you
right.
are you watching Attack on Titan right now, Chase? Like
I
right
haven't
now?
started it, but I saw a clip from
Oh,
the first episode. It looks god amazing.
mhm.
I'm current on the manga, so I know it's everything that's gonna happen. This shit's
Yeah.
gonna blow your socks off if you're not reading the manga.
Okay,
So I'm
so
really hyped.
you know what kind of shows I'm into? Should I give Attack on Titan another chance?
Yes.
Okay, I trust.
I
I
think
trust you.
because I don't watch this stuff.
Mhm.
I want you to understand. I'm not into action stuff a lot
Right.
normally. Like I love slice of life. I love comedy. I love I don't. I used to be really into action stuff. I'm not really into it anymore. I love Attack on Titan because I think they're really different. in a cool
So
way.
I'm a weirdo in that in anime I don't like seeing characters die. In season 1 of Attack on Titan, a lot of people died. That's what I'm worried about is getting attached to a character and them just being killed off.
Do you
It
want me
should
to tell you?
should I worry about that?
Do you
Like
want me to
or
tell you
no no
like
no no.
no names, just like if people die, like
I
if
know
important
people
people?
die. I know like some of them. I've seen like
Okay.
YouTube clips of people dying. It's just that should I get invested in the show if I'm too much of a bitch to worry about people dying?
I'm gonna just tell you this:
Hmm.
no one's gonna die in this season.
Right, right. That's what I figured because I feel like
Yeah,
the setting and the plot has settled right now. Like
yeah,
all the deaths, I think we're setting up kind of how grim the attacks from Titans were, I guess.
yeah.
So now they're settling into something else. Well, I don't think we want to go super into that. I know what kind of happens. Like I know about the behind the scenes stuff of the Attack on
Sure.
Titan. I don't know
Yeah.
all of it, but I know some of it. So
I think I think this is going to be. I think this might go down as one of the best seasons
okay,
of
yeah,
Attack on Titan, based on what I know from the manga, and I think
right.
it's worth it because a lot of this stuff people have been asking about for years is about to come to light.
Levi or Levy, what is his name?
Well, Levi, yeah, Levi. I mean, there's nothing really too special about him. His backstory got covered in a separate series of two OVAs,
Uh huh.
two OVAs.
Uh huh.
He's just, he's the most badass dude. Well, actually, kind of. You kind of learn more stuff about him, but honestly, like, I think this is the season to watch.
Right.
I think
All
it's
right.
gonna be really
Well,
good.
you know what? I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm gonna try Attack on Titan again.
Okay.
So.
If not, then we can Batsu game and you can punish me or
Oh
something.
hell yeah!
Yeah, you can spank me or
Oh
something.
hell yeah!
Hell yeah. Okay, let's keep moving. What else am I watching? Cells at Work, Hataraku Saibo. This is
Yay!
awesome.
Yay!
Hanazawa Kana's a red blood cell. I don't need
Yay!
anything else in my
All
life.
right. So to describe the show, it is a edutainment show. If you don't like that word, I'm sorry. I just heard it a couple times in the past couple weeks,
Did you
so I'm
like
using it.
Osmosis Jones?
That's what everyone says. It's Osmosis Jones, but I feel like this is a little more educational.
Shonen-y.
Yeah,
Shonen-y
shonen
educationally.
education. Yeah, and
Yeah.
to me, this is like okay. What this teaches you is like how cells in your body like work to make you function and also fight off disease and infections and all that shit. Right?
In a very stylized manner, but it's so cool.
It
I love
is
it.
absolutely charming. Done by David Production, the people who do JoJo's. Fantastic work.
Yeah.
It's wow. It's a great show, and the fact that they were able to make platelets cute and adorable, it's just mind-boggling how well adapted and how smart the original creator, the manga artist is and the manga author is. It's just wow. Just it's such a novel concept that I never thought, it's not so novel that it's never been done before. It's just that they did it in this super charming way where one scene it seems like a scene from Attack on Titan. The next scene it seems like it's from some slice of life show like Dragon Maid or something, right? It's
Hmm.
just a great amalgamation of what a show like this should be.
You're never
And
really bored either. It's
no,
like it's a
ever.
constant stream. You're either learning something, you're being entertained by something, or you're watching some like an exciting action scene, or you're back to some like cute little thing, or and then you're back to learning something again,
Yeah. And
or like a
it's such
combination
a
of all three.
it's
Yeah.
such a good balance of that because I'm learning shit that I didn't learn in biology,
Yeah.
like, oh, platelets do this. They don't just, create scabs, they also do this. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Like I knew platelets like helped form scabs when you're bleeding and stuff. Like I knew that. But like the details it goes into is just and and the
Yeah.
fact that I'm learning all this information and without feeling
For,
bored. Imagine how bored you were in school when you were learning this.
yeah. If I had known that platelets have to take I think they got like so in the anime they got like a huge shipment of calcium, right?
Mhm.
And then they use the calcium to create the scabs to fill the like to
To
cover
clog
over
it
the
up,
skin.
yeah.
Yeah, to clot up the skin. And I was like, this is so cool. Or it's like red blood cells carry like Amazon packages of oxygen
Mhm.
or
And
carbon
food.
dioxide
Yeah.
back and forth and food. And it's like they're like carrying like stuff. You know, it's just like this is so cool.
And
It's so
white blood
awesome.
cells fight off infection. Literally fight off infection.
Yeah,
They
they kill the
stab,
crap.
dude. They
Yeah,
literally stab infections like bacteria, viruses. They stab them.
yeah.
It's awesome.
It's excellent. It's an excellent show. I think this is gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think you can really go wrong, and I've heard great things about the manga too.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so looking forward to this as it goes on. Let's talk about other stuff before we talk about the GB.
No.
Um, Yuragi Sono Yuna-san.
Oh,
Have you
are you
watched?
watching?
I
No.
watched one episode, and I'm dropping
Uh,
this shit
yeah.
faster than I've ever dropped
It's
anything ever.
so think Torabaru, but in a hot springs with ghosts and like ghost creatures.
Man, if I was like 18 again, I would have loved this shit, but I'm just so outgrown
I I
harem bullshit.
I read 2 volumes of the manga. Every chapter is what kind of etchy hijinks can the main character get into this time? And it's literally that. And if
Yeah.
you want some straight up etchy shit, this is it.
Just go what? Just go to Hentai Haven. Honestly, don't fuck around.
I
Just
mean, the thing
skip the
is,
medium.
they already have uncensored like colored manga for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, or go read
So
the manga
go
if
read
you want
that.
to get your rocks off. Like
Yeah,
this is
I think it's better.
yeah, it's not good. It's all right. If you're a teenager who likes titties, this is good for you.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Okay. Island.
Have you watched it?
I watched the first episode.
Okay. What did you think?
People are saying go play the visual novel.
As it
Because
is with
apparently,
every H game ever created.
apparent, it's not even an H game. Apparently,
Really?
like
I
yeah, they're
figured
like
it
it's in all
was.
ages. They said it's in all ages.
Oh
The
wow.
characters have sex, but it's off screen.
Gross.
Um,
They still have sex.
yeah, but it's like your kid could play this and it wouldn't be bad. It's like it has a really cool premise, but apparently they went through like a third of the visual novel in one
Mhm.
episode.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oof. Oh, it's
They
gonna be
said that
poorly
it's a
timed.
fifth it's a 50-hour visual novel crammed into 12 episodes.
I
It's the
can
same people, it's the same so it's made by the same people who made Grisaya,
right,
or Island is made by the same people who made Grisaya, and people
right.
said it's going to have the exact same issues that Grisaya had when it went to anime,
But
which is
Grisaya had 2 seasons though, I think, at least.
and people still complained about the pacing.
Right. So that's gonna be a problem then.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be a really bad adaptation, but people said like the voicing is nice.
The voice acting is awesome. Tamara Yukari, who is a legend in the field, she's actually voicing a main character for once in God knows how many years it's been since the last time she voiced a main character. But she was voicing every goddamn female lead of every anime in the early 2000s. So
Yeah.
she's great. I think that's why I enjoy the show is because there's always something happening. It's not like this super slow pace, like, okay, we're going to focus on one element today. No, they always have like 2 or 3 things that happen in an episode. And I like that. I'd
Yeah.
rather have that so I don't waste my time watching 24 episodes of this just stretched out, like as people are
Yeah.
complaining. Yeah, maybe I don't. The thing is, the people who played the visual novel, right? They
Mhm.
spent 50 hours playing a visual novel. I don't want to spend 1 hour playing a visual novel. Okay. So
Yeah,
for
you're not a
me,
VN guy.
no. So for me, I'd rather this be rushed and get to the things that happen. And I've watched 5 episodes now, 4 or 5 episodes. I'm caught up completely. They air
Yeah.
on Sundays. I'm caught up completely. I watched it yesterday. It's
Yeah,
great.
I guess the criticism people have with it is like you're missing a lot of characterization that has to go into it. Like, because I guess like a lot of the characters are misrepresented
Uh,
because they're missing characterization.
See, the
Like,
thing is, I don't know the original work, so like it's fine for me to enjoy it at face value.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just like people who have read the visual novel, they're like you're missing out on a lot.
That's
I
fine. And
guess.
it does feel rushed. I agree. It does feel rushed. Now that people mention it and you mention it to me, it does feel rushed. But I think it's an interesting plot that moves very fast, and that's fine with me. I don't want to play a 50-hour visual novel. Then I would just do that anyways, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So why
I don't know.
what's
I
wrong
guess
with getting it condensed?
I guess it depends on what you value and what you get out of it. And
Yeah.
if you're fine with it, you're fine with it. But
Yeah.
it's like if you
So
want more, you get more.
to describe the show to hopefully entice the viewers to watch because I think it's interesting. I think it's a cross between like your early 2000s, mid 2000s H game, like visual novel style games like Da Capo and stuff like that. That was really popular in the early to mid 2000s. I would
Hmm.
say it's something like that crossed with like Higurashi in terms of
Yeah.
mystery and time travel. I think it's got a little bit of like Steins Gatey feel to it at points, but it's more so the fact that the main character might have been a time traveler, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there is interesting plot happening here. It is a lolly bait show, so if you're uncomfortable with lolly bait, it is kind of
Yeah.
weird. It does weird me
That
at
part
times.
sucks.
That
That part really
you
sucks.
sound very convincing.
I don't like lolly bait.
Yeah, for me, honestly speaking, some of it does not bother me, but it does make me feel like it's not for me. But I still enjoy the plot. I think the characters are still charming and still a fun watch. So I think people are
Yeah.
being probably extra critical
Picky.
about it. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I think honestly, okay, so for me the best part before we move on, I think is that um every time the show starts to make you feel comfortable, like you start settling into the rhythm of how it goes, how the characters act, you suddenly get the main character suddenly gets this flashback where he's like, "I must kill you," or
Right.
like it's like him standing over a body, or it's like him standing over one of the bodies, like has like 15 stab wounds or something, or something crazy like that, and you're like, "Holy shit," it's like that's really freaky, and then it suddenly goes back to normal, and then he acts like nothing happens, and you're like,
Right.
"Wow, this is some really cool like foreshadowing."
Hmm.
And I think that's why.
As long as they deliver on like answering all those questions, then I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I think I'm
Because,
gonna stick with it too. I'm gonna see where
yeah,
it goes.
I think it
Yeah.
sets up the world nicely. I think I'm really intrigued by what happens on this island because there's a lot of mystery happening and with like three families and they're not as prominent as before and stuff like that. So it's really intriguing. So,
It's gonna be cool.
what else are you watching? Okay. Have you watched Happy Sugar Life?
No, should I?
Okay, that seems like your
That's
kind of show.
horror.
Yeah, that,
That's
that seems
horror.
like it seems like your kind of show.
No, it doesn't. I don't like horror.
No, it's not a horror. It's just a girl who murders people because she's in love with like a 5-year-old girl. You're not into that?
Shit, you right. Okay, really? No. Should I watch this?
I don't know. Just go read the premise. I feel like it's pretty dark
This is a
and
shivering pure love psycho horror story of a girl named Sato Matsuzaka who has someone she likes. She experiences a sweet feeling when she sleeps with her and thought it must be love. Everything will be forgiven as long as she protects this feeling, even if she tricks, commits crimes, steals, or even kills. She
yeah,
thought.
yeah. She literally like self adopts a little girl. She considers her like her the love of her life, not like sexually, but like the love of her life, and she doesn't want anyone getting in between her and the girl. So
Okay.
it's very
That's cool.
depraved. Yeah. So no,
Um,
I'm just pointing it out. It might be a show you might like. I don't know.
it has a better rating than Island.
Yeah, that's all. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
I can't I
Maybe.
can't do shows like that. But
Um, maybe if I don't know. Probably not. All right. Let's keep going. I think
yeah.
before we talk about GB, let's talk about Asobi Asobase.
Woo!
Watching this?
It
You better
is
be watching
it
this.
is the anime of the season for me.
More than Grand Blue?
Yes. I mean, the thing is, Grand Blue isn't as impactful because I've read the manga. I have the manga right here.
Okay,
I'm
that's right.
completely caught up with the manga, so I know what I'm expecting. So I don't even count
Okay.
Grand Blue as like a show that I'm watching because, it's just not something I can really rate because I love the manga so much. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
Asobi Asabase is my show of the season so far.
This is so fucking funny. They switched on people so hard because in all the promo they put it up as a cute girls doing
Yeah,
cute
it
things.
it looked like a slice of life, literally.
Yeah, and then as soon as you get into it, you got like I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like the main like they like slap each other like crazy. They do like all these crazy hijinks.
Have you seen the latest episode?
It's No, I haven't. I've only watched one. I watched it
Uh,
like last night before I went to
okay.
bed, and I'm like, this is absolutely
Okay. You
amazing.
you need to watch it like whenever you have free time and catch up ASAP. Every episode delivers just as hard
Oh,
as the first episode.
oh,
I'm not
excellent.
joking. Every
Okay.
sketch, every skit, every scene they do is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, so for people who don't know what this is, it's basically like three girls. They all have their various insecurities. One is like she's 100% American, but she's born in Japan, speaks no English whatsoever, but she's constantly prompted to try and teach people English, like teach one of her friends English or speak it. And so, in order to compensate for that, because she doesn't know, she's like, she speaks Japanese with an American accent, forced. And then
Yep.
as the show goes on, she tries to become more and more Japanese with how she talks.
She slowly
And
starts to lose the accent,
and
which is
lose the
a
American accent.
nice
And it's really
touch.
and it's cool. Like you can hear it like scene to scene. She's like slowly losing it, and it's
Yep.
really funny. One of the other ones, like she just all she wants to be in life is a normie. She just wants to have cool friends and do
Hanako, yeah.
normal things. Yeah, Hanako just wants to have friends and be normal, but
She wants
instead,
to be like popular. She wants to date boys. She wants to go on group dates, stuff like that. Like typical teenage Japanese girls. Like she wants to be that, but she
but
can't because she's just eccentric,
and
weirdo,
yeah,
and overly emotional.
yeah. Or is
It's
that Hanako or is that? Ka- oh no, that's oh no, I'm thinking the other
Kasumi
one.
is the girl with the glasses.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god, oh my god. I don't want to spoil it for you because yesterday's episode, I died with Kasumi
Okay,
stuff. It was so good. Oh my god. I don't want to spoil it for you. You just need
okay,
to watch it. It's incredible. Like the references. Like they're dropping references, dude. Like
yeah.
good references that are like, oh my god, how can you mention this in an anime? But they do it. So
They do it. Yeah, yeah, I think this is in contention for Grand Blue for comedy of this season.
yeah,
It's
easily, easily.
so good. So
It
good.
is amazing.
Yep. And then off of that, let's talk about Grand Blue really quickly. Like
Yep.
you said, if you guys aren't watching anything this season, you need to watch Grand Blue because it's really fucking funny. I'll bet my lighter on that you'll enjoy it. Let's
So
just say that.
Grand Blue is a diving anime that is not about diving. So all the promo work is like, hey, we're divers, we're a diving club in college, but it's not that. It's a subversion of this thing that it's supposed to be diving. It's not. It is about a cast of characters who most of which have massive flaws. I have likened the show to something along the lines of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where the cast and crew are completely insane and they will do anything to screw each other over so they can get ahead in life.
And they all look like Danny DeVito at some point.
Yes. And sometimes when they do the serious faces, they look like characters from Attack on Titan.
Yeah. Um, and as somebody who's read a tiny bit of the manga and is going into it right now, like the show's fucking hilarious. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's like this is the first show ever I think that has so much obsessed or so much over the top like binge drinking that they had to put giant notices
Yep.
on the TV broadcast before the actual anime starts playing because there's like
Yeah.
so much debauchery.
So like when in the manga, the two of the main characters, Iori and Kohei, they're both 18, but the legal drinking age in Japan is 20. So for the anime broadcast, they had
They,
to put that warning in the beginning. But in the manga, I mean, they do it in the manga too, but like it's accepted that they're 18 and drinking because that's what kids do when you're in college.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
don't,
they age everybody up.
yeah. So it's still great. That doesn't like take away from the show. It's still a fantastic show. Um, Amazing humor. That comedic timing is incredible. Um, it's it's amazing. It's just a great show. If you're interested in the manga as well, I would recommend the manga. The manga's art is gorgeous, just gorgeous art. I forgot who does the art, but they've done art for other things. I'm gonna look that up real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're in any way interested in comedy, anime, or manga, like you like if you enjoy laughing and smiling, Grand Blue is the thing for you.
Yep.
I wish we were sponsored by Grand Blue diving, diving shop.
It almost makes me wanna like learn how to dive.
But you wouldn't learn how to dive. You just you just get wasted every
Yeah.
night.
Oh, so I'm sorry, I got it wrong. It's not the illustrator, but the creator, the author of the manga. He created Baka to Test,
Oh,
and
really?
yeah,
I
so
didn't know that.
it explains a lot, right? Baka to
Yeah,
Test is one of the best comedies of the past 10 years. So it's
yeah,
it's fantastic.
definitely. Yeah, that's this guy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's Grand Blue, and that's all that I'm watching really. So,
All right. So
what you going for, really quick?
let me quickly go over what I've been watching. Overlord 3, fantastic. It's solid right now. It's focusing on a side village thing, and I think it's gonna get epic from there. Hanebado, it's a sports show, so I was like going, okay, girls and sports, hell yeah, I'm down. Then I watched it. It is so dramatic. It is unbelievably melodramatic. If you're not up for melodrama, I would not recommend the show. It's just so like dripping in like emotional distress and just drama, like human relationships that failed because badminton, which is kind of hard to like, it's hard to really take seriously when people are so traumatized by badminton that I think it's a little like it's hard to relate for such a realistic thing as sports is. It's hard to relate. But the amazing thing that people talk about is the scenes when they're actually playing badminton. They spent, I forgot what the amount was, but like the amount of frames they animated like their scenes like is multiples of what most shows do or something like that. So I feel like what the show is, known for, should be recognized for, is the animation in the
For sure.
battles. So Island's good. Asobi Asabase is good. Next on my list, Chio-chan no Tsugakuro, or Chio's School Road, I believe is the translation. Yes, it is. It is a show about a girl, who most of the show takes place while she's going to school. She runs into different characters who are eccentric and funny and crazy. It is kind of like an absurd humor show with good references. It references her playing like CSGO and stuff, and she has Steam. I'm going to spoil this one joke just in hopes that it convinces people to watch it. One of the things was she was playing CSGO with like foreign players or something like that. And if she gets like a
Uh,
friend request and a message on Steam, and it said basically cunt. It said cunt.
wow.
Someone on the internet called her a cunt because she was destroying kids in CS:GO or PUBG or whatever.
Hmm.
So it is it's a show that's just fun comedy. I would recommend it. It is one of the funnier shows, even though this season has Grand Blue and Asobi Asabase. This is number 3. It's really funny. It's hard to compare to Asobi Asabase and Grand Blue, but it's up there. If Asobi Asabase and Grand Blue didn't exist this season, Chio-chan no Tsugakuro, Chio's School Road will be the funniest show this season. I would recommend it highly to people who want a comedy.
That's some high praise right there.
Yeah, I don't, and I'm a huge stickler for comedy. You guys know this, and I love that show. It's a good show. I'd recommend it.
I'm gonna go check it out now.
I would watch it. I would recommend you watch it. I think you would enjoy it. Next one, how to kind of receive, it is girls playing volleyball, beach volleyball to be exact. Um, Super cute characters designs, like super moe, super thick for some of the characters. A lot of bouncing parts, a lot of,
Thick.
yeah, really it's the thick. It's um
Thick.
really cute character designs and close-ups of butts and stuff. It's, if you're into that, but it's not all about the fan service. The characters are likable. There's some sort of drama, but it's not as melodramatic as Hanebado, so it's a little more tolerable, and characters are likable. So yeah, it's a cute sports show. It's definitely more on focused on the cute characters for sure, but it's a good sports show. It's all right. Gets the job done. um I think that's it for Planet With. Okay, I should talk about Planet With. It is,
Are you watching Planet with?
yes, it is a weird ass show. So the creator of Planet With did the Biscuit Hammer manga. Do you know that one?
No, I don't.
Okay, so it's a really well received manga. I forgot what it's called. Starlight and the Biscuit Hammer or something like that.
What a name.
It's yeah, let me look it up real quick. The Lucifer and Biscuit Hammer. Original manga title is Hoshino Samidare. It's very well received. Um the manga author decided to create an original anime. There's a manga being published simultaneously. And the show is crazy. It is a mech show, kind of, also like a Sentai show. It's really hard to describe. It is some sort of intergalactic war with Earth and outer space, two planets. And it's still hard to, kind of get into the plot because the first two episodes did nothing to explain the plot. But the third episode, we got a glimpse of it. There's some sort of intergalactic war, and Earth is caught up, and the people protecting Earth are using some sort of magic or abilities that the foreign planets used to use to destroy another planet. So there's all this intergalactic shit going on. So it's still kind of confusing, but it is interesting, and I'm gonna keep watching it. I need to watch the fourth episode, but yeah, I'm not optimistic about where it's gonna go, but I'm intrigued about
All right.
where it could go.
I probably won't watch it, but I'll
No.
probably recommend it to my friend who absolutely loves Sentai and Mecha and stuff,
Yeah,
and I'll see what he thinks about it. So
yeah. I think
I'll
that
send
would
it
be a good
his way.
recommendation. Yeah, I think it's a good combination of both. So, that's it for what we're watching this season. But before we wrap up the anime talk, we want to play a couple of games here, folks. You can play along at home.
Yeah.
All right.
So, all right. Let me see. Let me get ready for this.
This section is called Guess That Anime.
Haha. So, what we did was we took shows off of our dropped list, or in my case, my watched list from a while back. And so the goal of it is we replace also for we're doing it two different ways. One way is I took the synopsises off of the shows. I replaced all the proper nouns. I replaced the names, the locations, and then the identifying things. And we're gonna try to make Yoshi guess which show it is, based off of the limited information given. And Yoshi is gonna take shows off my list and try to explain them super poorly and make me guess it
So
based on that.
I'm looking at my anime list, and I have roughly 178 dropped anime shows.
Yeah, you have a lot. I was spoiled for choice.
Yeah,
I
we have material for like
I
20
tried to
shows.
choose. I looked through them and I tried to choose ones that had funny synopsises,
Yeah.
not just like really hard ones. So
Mhm.
we'll see how it goes.
Well, hopefully they're not too easy to guess, because if it's too interesting, I'm gonna remember. Like,
Okay, well, we'll see. All right, you wanna get started?
yeah, give me the first one, man. I'm
All
excited.
right, all right. Let's start this. All right.
Okay.
Synopsis is meet I almost said the name. Okay, I need. Okay, I need to make sure I don't say the name and I say what I
Don't
put in
say
parentheses.
the name.
All right, meet MC, teacher at generic Japanese high school. MC Sensei is a great teacher, but she has a small problem, literally. Although she's 27, she is only 148 centimeters tall and has the face of a child. As a result, it is often difficult for MC Sensei to get anyone to take her seriously. What show is this?
Okay, so I know exactly what show this is. I just don't remember the title. Let me just describe the main character to you. Does she have a light brownish bob haircut?
Probably. I'm not looking at a picture right
Okay,
now.
can you look that up?
Yeah.
And like huge green eyes.
Brown Bob and yes. Ew.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I know this show. I'm
Okay. Do you want me to just tell you? You
uh
basically.
is the teacher's name Suzuki?
Yes.
Okay. I remember that. And I remember that there's a guy, of course there's going to be a guy character. It's a school. There's a guy character, there's a girl with glasses. God, I don't.
Here's a hint. It has the word Doki Doki in it. Toki Doki Literature Club.
No. No, I Doki Doki. It's not like Doki Doki Suzuki.
It doesn't
Sensei,
start.
right?
It doesn't start with Doki Doki.
Okay.
Doki Doki's in the middle. If you, I mean, you basically got it. Like I can just tell you if you
Okay.
really
What
want.
is it? What is the title?
Sensei no Ojikan, Doki Doki School Hours.
I remember. I remember that show. I do remember that show. I
That
don't.
is an anime from the spring season of 2004.
Jesus. Showing my age.
Yeah. There's a lot of really old anime from this,
Oh
and
God.
yeah, like it looks kind of whatever, even for the time. So
I sort of remember the voice actress. Her voice had this very shonen-y voice. It was kind of raspy but kind of low. Oh God, I'm trying to remember who it was. Man, I would love to guess.
Omi Minami.
Omi Minami. I think she. Yeah, I don't remember what she was in, but I remember her voice for sure. It's kind of
Yeah,
like for a cute moe character, her voice sounded mature. That's what I wanted to get at. So,
yeah, yeah.
all right. So I knew the character. Okay, so that's a start.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
You did pretty good. All right,
All
let's
right.
keep going.
Next one.
All right, all right. You're probably gonna get this one. This one's really funny
Okay,
though.
I want to show my hands on stream, so I'm not like googling anything. Like I'm not typing
Yeah.
your synopsis or anything. So,
All right, all right. MC, first name withheld, is a 15-year-old girl who has just entered generic Japanese high school. Easily considered exceptionally beautiful, she has only one problem with her own body. She thinks her vagina looks weird and is very self-conscious about it. Upon entering high school, her dream was to have casual sex with 100 men. But therein lies the problem. She believes an experienced partner will tease her all about the way her vagina looks, or simply the fact that she's a virgin. She stumbles upon the solution in the form of obvious male love interest, a fellow virgin whom she believes will help ease the transition to more experienced partners. There's only one small problem. MC doesn't know anything about sex or the ancient art of seduction, meaning her quest to conquer love interest will be a difficult one. What show is this?
okay, so the vagina part really threw me off because I don't remember that part.
Yeah, that's why
But
I
I
love this
remember.
synopsis.
I remember the show. She's like really pretty and everything, which you already described. She's popular. Every guy in school wants to get with her and stuff. But I remember the main character's name is Yamada,
Yes.
and the male character is I don't remember. He's just like this super lame like
Self-insert.
yeah, he's a self-insert. He doesn't say much. He's just like very plain looking, not interesting. But the show is called B Gata HK.
Yes, that's it. Yamada's
Nice.
first time.
Yep.
Yep. It's
Nice.
it's a
I remember
show.
that one. Yep, that's a thing.
It's a very show.
Was the main character voiced by Tamara Yukari?
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I remember.
All right. Yeah, I chose that one specifically for the synopsis. That was a good one.
That's a good one. That's a really good choice.
All right, next one. You should get this one.
Uh huh.
One day, MC walks to the roof of his school and encounters a beautiful girl falling down from above him and accidentally exposing her strawberry panties. The embarrassed girl runs away before MC can find out who she is. He wishes to become a filmmaker, and this whole experience seemed like it would make the perfect scene in a movie. And so he goes on a search for the girl with the strawberry panties in order to reenact it all on film. But he will soon discover that finding that one girl will not be that easy. What is this show?
I know this show exactly.
This one's really easy.
This one's easy. It's Ichigo 100%.
Yep.
This show was one of my earlier exposure to the harem genre. It came out in like 2004-ish. That's when I was like really watching anime.
Yeah, 2005.
2005. Okay, yeah. So right around that time, that's when I was really watching anime. When I was getting out of high school and getting into college is when I watched most of my anime. And that show has a great cast of it's a harem show. It's a great cast of like pick your girl, basically. Like you're gonna find someone that you really like in the show. It was interesting, but it was very predictable, and some of the middle parts got kind of lame. And I think they only adapted like 12 episodes, right?
Yeah.
I think the manga went on for like 19 or 20 volumes, so it wasn't enough to cover the whole thing, and just got slow in the middle. But yeah,
I think this is one of the more well-known classic
for sure.
ecchi harem shows. I
Yeah.
knew you were gonna know this one, but I thought I might have to throw in the softball in there.
Yeah, the thing is,
just in case.
I didn't finish the anime, but I read the manga entirely, and the manga is
Yeah.
pretty good. So, yep,
Okay.
cool.
Cool.
Next one.
You are like 2.5 for 5 so
Sure.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you guessed two of them correctly, and you needed help with the first one. All right,
Hmm.
you're all right. This is really easy, but I chose this one because replacing all the nouns in this one is really funny.
Okay.
All right,
I'll let you finish it.
all right. It has been 2.5 years since MC left hometown. Hit the blank village for intense training following events which fueled his desire to be stronger. Now, Evil Group, the mysterious organization of elite rogue ninja, is closing in on their grand plan which may threaten the safety of the entire blank world. Although MC is older and sinister events loom on the horizon, he has changed little in personality. Still rambunctious and childish, though he is now far more confident and possesses an even greater determination to protect his friends and home. Come what may, MC will carry on with the fight for what is important to him, even at the expense of his own body. The continuation of the saga about the boy who wishes to become blank. This one's very obvious.
It's Naruto Shippuden.
Yeah. I'm just like, there's so much stuff I have to blank out to not
Yeah.
give it away. It's like, I can't say Hokage.
Yeah.
I can't say Akatsuki. I can't say Hidden Leaf Village. I can't say Shinobi.
The
I
thing,
can't...
the thing with like that description is that makes Naruto wholly competent, and he's not.
Yeah, no, he's not at all. It sounds really funny. Like, people who've watched the show are like, this is not Naruto.
Yeah, Naruto's like he's like even during Shippuden, he wasn't like super reliable yet. You know, until he became Hokage, he wasn't like this reliable like hero or anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't watch much of Shippuden. I think I watched like the first 50 episodes or something. So
Yeah. All right. This one's a pretty well-known one as well. So let's see how this goes. This is the last one. Timid 16-year-old MC has yet to profess his love to childhood friend, a classmate and object of his infatuation since junior high. Wow, this could apply to anything. Sadly, his situation becomes even more challenging when one night a mysterious, stark naked girl crash lands right on top of a bathing MC. To add to the confusion, MC discovers that the girl, obvious love interest, is the crown princess of an alien empire and has run away from her home. Despite her position as the heiress to the most dominant power in the entire galaxy, obvious love interest is surprisingly more than willing to marry the decidedly average MC in order to avoid an unwanted political marriage. Show title depicts MC's daily struggle with the bizarre chaos that begins upon the arrival of obvious love interest. With an ever-growing legion of swooning beauties that continuously foil his attempt confessions to childhood friend, show title is a romantic comedy full of slapstick humor, sexy girls, and outlandishly lewd moments that defy the laws of physics.
that's a show we mentioned earlier. It's
Yes.
Toraburu.
Yes. Yes.
Oh man.
Nice.
That
Nice.
I think those are a little too easy. I think
I could have gone harder, but
Yeah.
I didn't know how hard I.
yeah, I think now you
Yeah.
know which direction to go in. I think you need to go in the Doki Doki school realm, I think, of
Yeah.
random obscureness.
Yeah, a lot of these I picked because I thought like the situation was funny, or
That was
it's like naked girl falling on top of him while he's bathing. It's like, haha. But that also makes it very easy to get.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how Rito met Lala. I think her name's Lala, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly how they met, but like the galactic stuff and the marriage and how she's a dominant galactic power and how
It
he's
gives
gonna
it
be
away. Really
surrounded
easily.
by beauties, and it's like, yeah, it's Toraburu.
Yeah.
There's nothing else
I
quite
mean,
like that one.
I'm not trying to do the super obscure stuff. We can do
Yeah,
that
yeah.
some other.
No, we should in the future for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a couple of those were pretty rough. The Doki Doki one I couldn't get the name of. So, all right. Thanks for that, Chase. So I got some for you.
Right.
So I'm not a creative genius, so I couldn't come up with any of these like badly explained anime things. So I pulled them off of Reddit. I'm gonna credit those people on anime Reddit. If you're curious, they're just threads called badly explained in anime.
Yeah, those are really funny. That's where we got that's where I got the initial idea for this, and you also had the idea for this beforehand,
Yeah.
kind of as well. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like a melded point. Yeah. So
Hmm.
we'll do that. We'll see if Chase can get these shows. So these are shows that you've seen and you've watched.
These are completed shows,
You've seen for sure, according to your
I have a
list.
terrible memory
Yeah.
sometimes. So let's see how this goes.
All right. So this person, LF Krebs on Reddit says, "Girl confesses and gets an autograph." Girl
That's it.
confesses and gets an autograph.
That's Gekken Shoujo and
That
Nozaki-kun.
is correct.
Yeah.
Let's get Kanshojo Nozaki-kun.
I
So
was like, I was waiting for more.
yeah, that's literally it.
I was like, give me more to work with here.
Like if
All
I read that, I would not guess it. I just had to look up the answer on behind underneath the comments. So that was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, if I hadn't just read the most recent manga chapter last night, I don't think that would have been very fresh in my mind.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, number 2 comes from a deleted user, so they're probably banned or whatever. So don't get banned on Reddit.
Thanks, banned user.
Don't do that.
You don't
All
have
right.
to do much to not get banned on Reddit. You just be nice.
Yep.
You know.
But nope. Or
It's
they
too hard
deleted
for
their
some people.
account. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
they didn't feel like being on Reddit anymore. That's fine. All right.
That's
Next on.
completely understandable too.
Yeah,
All right.
I would do the same. Next up, everyone bullies and torments a cute little girl because of the things on her head. Everyone bullies and torments a cute little girl because of the things on her head.
What?
It's a comedy, slice of
okay.
life. Things on her head.
What on earth?
Not necessarily on Earth.
Um, can I ask what year this was released?
It was 2017.
This is recent, and I watched this.
Yes, and you enjoyed it. It was funny. Cute cast of characters. Things on her head.
Like, are they objects or is it like written?
It's objects, things you can physically touch. Not maybe regular humans.
Um, man, I'm drawing a complete blank.
This is hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would not get this without the clue or the answer.
Can you throw me one more bone?
Um,
Anything?
yeah, I guess
Who's the studio or like something like that?
studio I believe was Doga Kobo.
Oh,
They're known for their slice of life, comedies, cute girls, bullying.
oh, is this Gabriel Dropout?
That is correct. Gabriel.
Oh my
Dropout.
god,
Yeah.
that was so hard. Wow,
Yeah.
wow,
That's next
that
level,
one's
right?
ridiculous.
So I'm assuming it's referencing Satania because she has those horns on her head and she gets bullied.
Yeah.
No bully Satania. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Wow, that one was ridiculous. That was really cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's really hard. These are really
It's guessable, but it's
Yeah.
just like super hard.
it's
Yeah, I think bullying is the key word right there.
okay. I'm gonna save this one for last because I think this is the funniest one.
Okay.
So I'll go to the next two. Actually, these two are gonna be good. All right. Kiri Tortilla. Kiri Tortilla on Reddit says, three friends go to join an army. I'm sorry, three friends go to join the army. Two of them die. Two of them die on the first day, and the other one ends up fighting the army. Three friends go to join the army. Two of them die on the first day, and the other one ends up fighting the army.
I was gonna say,
I believe you have purchased memorabilia for this show. I remember you showed it to me.
I have.
Yes.
I'm like looking at my memorabilia right now.
That includes figures, posters, and other artworks and keychains or whatever knickknacks you have.
I don't own any figs, so that makes it easier.
Okay. Three friends go to join the
What year
army.
was this?
Two of them die on the first day. The other one ends up
Oh,
fighting the army.
Akame got killed.
That is correct.
Yes.
Is that accurate? I don't know.
Yes, yeah, well,
Okay.
yeah, because he goes out with two of his friends, he gets separated, and then he finds the two friends later are like brutally murdered and
Oh,
tortured.
shit.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
yeah. Oh, it's the first episode.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
it's not
it's
anything
not
big. It's really sad.
Jesus. Yeah, it
Yeah,
is. Yeah, it is. It is brutal.
that show is
Yeah.
depressing.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know
wow.
because everyone dies in that show.
Yeah, I thought it was Attack on Titan at first because three
Yeah, it feels
friends.
that way, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like three friends. Okay,
Yep. All right. Next up, we have two more. They're both hilarious, I think. I'm
okay.
gonna go with this one first. This one comes from Reddit user Grown Boys, GroenBoys.
Grown boys.
This one says a gay creature becomes a maid of an alcoholic.
A gay creature becomes the maid of an alcoholic. What year is this?
2017.
Oh boy.
A
Oh
gay
boy.
creature becomes a maid of an alcoholic. You can take this literally. You don't have to find like a
I don't.
twist.
Well, okay. So if the gay creature becomes the maid of an alcoholic, I feel like that means that gay creature is attracted to the person.
Yes,
Oh, it's Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
that is correct.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's really
So
good.
Toru
That
is
was
the gay
funny.
creature who becomes a
Yeah.
maid, and Kobayashi is alcoholic. Maybe I don't know. That's kind of
Oh, she's definitely an alcoholic.
she. Yeah, okay, I don't remember.
She's kind of an alky.
She drank a lot for sure, but I don't know if I'd
Yeah,
call
she
her an
drinks like every
alcoholic.
day after work,
Yeah.
but they
Oh,
don't really
okay.
depict
Yeah.
that too often. Only
Right.
sometimes.
Yeah.
That's a
So
good
yeah,
one.
yeah, you got it. Yeah, correct. That's good. This one I think is the funniest one.
Okay.
All right. This one comes from user Cramnella on Reddit. Young boy swallows big man's DNA for chance to enter prestigious school.
Oh,
Young boy swallows big man's DNA for a chance to enter prestigious school.
I know what this is. I'm gonna send you a picture to put up though. That's really funny of this.
Uh,
Let me find it. Oh, I found it. Here. I'm gonna send you this, and then I want you to put it up and look at it.
oh God.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it. Let me just put it on stream here, and I'll look
I'm
at
about
it.
to zoom in a bit for
Yeah.
this one.
Right. Remember, kids, if a grown man tells you to swallow his DNA, has pictures that he unknowingly took of you saved on his phone, asks you to keep your relationship with him a secret from others. Don't tell mommy and daddy about this, Deku. And texts you late at night to meet him in dark, lonely areas so he can hold you. It's only because he wants you to become the number one hero. Yes, that is correct. It is Boku no Hero Academia.
That one's pretty good. I actually remember seeing that specific post.
Oh, okay, yeah, that
But
might be
yeah,
why.
but I mean, even without that, I think that's
It's pretty
decently
good.
obvious.
It's
Yeah,
fantastic. So,
that's funny.
all right. So, you got 4 out of 5, right? No, you got
Yeah,
all. Yeah, you got all of them right eventually.
I needed a lot of hints for
for
the first
the
one.
for a Gabriel dropout as well.
Yeah,
But yeah, you got them all right. So yeah, there you
nice.
go. Those
we
are
did pretty good.
yeah, that was a good run there.
Yeah.
So that was our quiz segment. Hopefully, you guys at home had some fun guessing. Even though we might have answered it too quickly a couple times, but it's okay. You could have guessed beforehand, I guess. I don't know, but all right. So that wraps up our anime discussion.
Yes.
So let's move on quickly to gaming.
Oh yeah. We'll talk about this pretty quick.
Really quickly. We're running a little long already. We have been playing a lot of Fortnite, or at least I have, and I've seen you on Fortnite.
Yeah, I've been playing Yeah, we've been playing a lot of Fortnite separately.
Yes, because I only end up playing with my coworkers because you know it's hours that they're up is hours that I'm up, and hours you're up is not necessarily the hours that I'm up.
It's more like the hours where my ping is tolerable is not the hours when you're up.
Yeah. So
Yeah, which is like 12 a.m. for me, which is
yeah,
3 a.m. for you.
no, I'm not up that late. But I do want to play with you at some point. I'm just not confident to play against PC users. I'm playing on console. Like
Yeah,
I'm a disgusting keyboard, mouse and keyboard player on console. Sue
put it
me.
this way:
No,
we'll
don't
we'll
sue
get
me.
we'll get put half and half against half console people, half PC, or we'll be put against other people who are queuing with console and PC.
Right.
So it's like 50-50. And there's no MMR. You'll run into good people. You'll run
Yep.
into shitty. Like some people on PC are worse than some console people.
Hmm.
Actually, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of really bad people on PC. So
That's
like,
surprising to me.
there's nothing to worry about. And guess what? I'm one of those people too. So you know what? Everybody's terrible at Fortnite. So yeah, it's cool.
Man, it
It's
feels
just,
bad though. Like when I lose a fight because they build faster than me, and I'm just like, I suck.
well, the reason I really like Fortnite is even if I have an I suck moment, it's like, oh well, just move on to the next one
It's
because
casual, yeah.
it's very casual. It's like you can move on very quickly. Match times are very short. It's not like PUBG where you spend 30 minutes hiding, you're down to like top 10 and then you just die and you're like,
Right.
"Cool, I did nothing for 30 minutes and I didn't even get a kill or win."
Yeah, it's
That's
definitely a
really
faster
cool.
game in my opinion. I played both,
Yeah, it's
so
yeah, it's faster. Like you can just there's less pressure. It's not like, "Oh, fuck, I just wasted 20 minutes of my life." It's
yeah.
like, okay, it's like it's a lot lower stress, at least for me. Like cuz I came from League, I came from Hot, I came from I don't yeah, PUBG where
Overwatch.
yeah, Overwatch where you spend a good portion of every hour just playing the game and if you don't win, it feels like crap.
Yeah. It feels frustrating.
So Fortnite is the game where it is frustrating to lose. It sucks, but it's a lot more casual. I don't feel as punished for wasting my time
No.
as I do in some other games. So that's what I really appreciate. Plus, it's fun, and I actually feel like I do better at this game than I do in a lot of other ones, which
Yeah.
is
I
nice.
also think that this game has a really high skill ceiling as well because it's not just having a good shot, you need to know how to build and
Yeah.
navigate the terrain and stuff. It's a next level game in that yeah, you might be a godly like CS:GO player, you might have, an upper hand instead, in terms of like shooting and like accuracy and stuff and reaction times.
Hmm.
But if you don't know how to build, like you're screwed. Like you need to
Yeah.
learn how to build and fortify, make defensive ramps or pushing ramps, whatever. And it's a really neat thing to learn. It's just for me, it's very frustrating that I have to learn an entire new skill such as building.
Yeah.
It's
I don't.
hard.
I mean, like, what I one of the people I play with occasionally, like, he has like over 1,000 hours in CS:GO.
Hmm.
He's played like Battlefield and stuff. I don't know. He's pretty like I don't know. He's pretty good at aiming. He's
Hmm.
sucks at building.
Right.
And so therefore he's terrible at the game. Or he's not terrible. He's actually been getting a lot better, but he's just like he's not as good
Yeah.
as he could be
Hmm.
because he can't build. So even if you're a terrible shot, if you're creative and you know how to build decently, like you're probably better than the guy who can shoot you from like 200 meters away with the pistol
Yeah.
if you have good game sense too. So yeah, I don't know. It's just like there's different ways of skill expression than just shooting, which I like.
And I never got on the Fortnite bandwagon even since it came out. When it came out, I tried it and I was like, okay, this is cool, but it feels like at the time people weren't like really building and stuff. So like I felt I was getting kills left and right, and I was like, okay, this is fairly straightforward. It feels like PUBG, whatever. I never thought about building because that wasn't in the meta yet.
Yeah,
And then people started building and learning how to build and do some crazy shit with building. Like I'm watching these pro streamers, and it's just incredible how fast they can fortify and move, and just like the amount of like movement you can have by building correctly is insane. Like
Yeah,
you can move from one building to another in a split second just because you know how to build and build quickly and efficiently. It's incredible. The skill ceiling is super high in this game that looks just like a kiddie shooter. You know, it looks like a
yeah,
kiddie shooter, but the skill ceiling is extremely high.
yeah. It's cool. It's something different. It's a bit of a breath of fresh air. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know how long it's gonna last, but for now, this is something cool for me to play with my friends and
Yeah,
just have fun for the
yeah.
most part.
Even if this drops off, like so, like let's say like the casual players start dropping off little by little, I feel like you'll still have like a hardcore fan base as long as they keep the game fresh and difficult and challenging for
Yeah, for
the
sure.
diehards to keep like wanting to get better and stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's surprisingly fun. As easy it is for me to dismiss it as the new fad and it's something that all the kids are into because it's the hot new thing, but at the core of it is still a solid game with a lot of mechanics that's deep and rewarding if you can master it.
absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree with you. And yeah, you're never gonna be the best, but but the one day where you're better than everyone else in your server out of 100, that shit feels like cash.
Yeah,
That's
have you
cash money
won?
right there. Yeah, I won like 40 times last season. Pretty
Jesus,
good.
solos.
Yeah. No, duos and squads.
Okay,
I won like 2 solo games. I don't
that's
like playing
good.
solos. I don't like
Yeah, I
playing by
don't.
myself. I
Yeah,
play
it's not.
games.
That's fun.
Yeah, I play games to play with my friends now.
Yeah.
I don't do it for myself anymore.
Yeah, that's why I really only play with my coworkers, basically.
Yeah.
So
I actually we did super well. The last hour before the server shut down for season 5, we won 3
mhm.
times in a row right before the
Jesus,
season. So
what are you,
like we
ninja?
like we won once and I'm like, "All right, let's make it a double." And then we did it. I'm like,
Yeah.
"All right, let's make it a triple." And my friend was like, "No way, dude." And then we won.
Wow,
Like, yeah, we won 3 times in a row in squads, which was really cool.
that's
That was like
awesome.
probably the best way to end the season. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I've only won once, and it was in duos,
mhm.
and I've never won a solo, never won a squad. We've been having really bad luck with squads. Like, we have a 4-man crew, but we're always missing one last person. It's always like, oh, the three of us here. I guess we'll just squad up, and
And then
it's
you're outnumbered all the time.
yeah,
Yeah, it sucks.
it's
I
hard.
mean, yeah, I when I first started playing, I didn't win for my first 2 months of playing the game.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's just how it is. You have to get a bit better and you need a lot of luck.
right.
It's not just skill, it's
It's an
luck too.
RNG game too. Yeah, because
Yeah,
it
you need
depends on
you
where
need
you're
the circle,
dropping. Yeah,
you need the circle close, you need good loot,
yep.
and you need to pray that the other person will miss.
Yep. And run up against like super tryhards or like super noobs. Like it's just like it's never you never expect what you're going into. It's always like a surprise, It's like, oh, this person probably sucks because they don't have they're using a default skin, but no, they whoop your ass in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's just you never know what to expect in the game.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a it's a bit of a toss up, and like I honestly don't think that anyone should be discouraged if they haven't won
Yeah.
or whatever, or if they're having difficulty winning, because it literally changes day by day. Like one day I got no kills. I played like 20 games, 20
Hmm.
plus games. I was so pissed off. Next day I got like 8 frags in my first game,
Uh-huh.
like, and then we won like 3 times that day, and I'm like,
Jesus.
yeah, that's cool. Like, it's a day by day encounter,
Yeah.
and it really changes. So,
Well, I
yeah.
do want to play with you, but I feel like I'd be dragging down the squad. So
No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it does not matter, honestly. Like, yeah, there's no MMR. Like, I just play the game to have fun. Like,
yeah.
if we win, that's an added bonus.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Like when I play with my coworkers, it's just fun. Like, hey, there's a guy coming. Oh no, no, and just like scrambling to get a forward up and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
that's just fun. Like playing with other people. That's what makes this
Yeah.
game fun.
Or
I
like
don't.
you toss like 4C4 on the back of a piñata and you lie in wait for someone to run up to it and then you blow the crap out of them.
You did that.
Yeah, I did that, and that was like one of my favorite moments in the entire game. It's just
Yeah.
like waiting for 10 minutes for someone to run up
Oh
to a
god.
llama, and then you go and dab on his body. So yeah, that's yeah, It's a fun game, and that's what I use it for. The moment I start to become like angry
Hmm.
at the game is when I stop playing it,
I
because
definitely
that's
felt a little frustration when I was playing solos. That's one thing,
yeah,
though.
solos suck. That's why I don't play solos.
Yeah.
Is because that's when I become the most tilted and
the
angry.
the duos and squads, I never get angry. It's just
Yeah,
fun. Even if we die in the first spot, like we drop and there's like 20 dudes landing in tilted, and then you run into a guy with like a shotgun and you're just dead from like two shots. Like it's
yeah,
fun. Like when
and
you're in
that's why
teams.
you just dust off and move on
Yeah.
because it's like yeah, I'm dead. That took what 30 seconds. Let's
Yeah.
keep
It's
going.
a fun game and less stressful when you're with other people for sure.
Yeah,
Oh, I mean that's like I guess that's most multiplayer games. You'd rather be teaming with your friends and stuff. So
absolutely.
I do want to play with you at some point. We just got to line up our schedules. I would like to make it a regular thing. I would like to stream. That's one thing I really want to do is stream, but I
Yeah.
want to set up a schedule where we're like streaming and stuff, and maybe we can do it together. So,
All right. Yeah. Yeah. We'll work that out
yep.
soon.
So yeah, that's I think that's gonna do it for the show. You got anything else, man?
Nah, that's it.
Anything macro, micro,
Nah.
general?
Go check out Shark Girls.
Yeah,
I'm a plug. Check out my EP when it drops eventually,
that too. Yeah.
and when I
So
finally discover a name. I have a super cool dude doing the album art for it. I just need to wait till I get a logo and a name
cool.
to finish it. So yeah, that'll
Yep.
be really nice.
And you'll definitely tweet that out when that happens,
Oh yeah,
and people will
you're gonna
find
get
out.
spammed.
Yep. So you're at Starlancer PG on Twitter. That's StarLancerPG, correct?
Yes,
All right.
sir.
And I'm at Yoshirekt, YOSHIREKT. Don't forget to follow New School Kaidan on Twitter as well at New School Kaidan, and we got a Discord server at discord.me/NSK. Our site is back up at newschoolkaidan.com, but it is loading a little bit slowly like before. It used to run very slow. It's just that our servers were horrible. Now we're switching servers, I believe. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that yet, but we are trying to fix everything that's going on right now. Just be patient with us, and we'll let you guys know. Just follow us on Twitter, and we'll give you guys updates on when everything's up to normal. So that's it. So
Yeah,
that'll do it for the show. Hopefully, we're gonna make this a little more regular than every 3 months, and
it'll be a lot shorter too, because we're not gonna be catching up on three
three seasons.
seasons
Yeah,
of anime. So
yeah, for
that'll be
sure.
nice.
So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in at twitch.tv/New School Kaidan. It's always fun when we have viewers chatting with us. Thank you guys for sitting in with us. I know it was a longer show than we're used to, but much love. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.